Hello and welcome to another episode of the Tip Balls Podcast. I am your host, Sam Randazzo, and I am joined today by my two rather wet co-hosts. To my right, it is the one, the only, the bear, the Uncle Sam.
Good evening.
And to my left, it's none other than our very own Mr. Zolo, Mike Palazzolo.
God bless.
What'd you hear? What'd you say?
Oh, Garrett's in the chat. Holy shit.
What do you hear? What do you say?
Oh, happy birthday, Bob. Shout out to Bob. Bob's birthday today.
Happy birthday, Bob.
Happy birthday to Bob.
Go blue.
Behind the computer, as always. Fresh off his third day of work and already bitching. It's Bruce the Tugboat Venditti.
No bitching.
There's no bitching.
No
Too
bitching.
busy to work tomorrow. In
Bruce,
a bunch
the
of
friend
pain.
zone,
Oh,
the
hold on,
friend
hold on,
zone
hold on, hold
Venditti.
Bruce.
You're the one who
Right.
said I didn't have to work tomorrow.
Whatever. That was a test and you fucking failed.
Yeah, okay.
failed
You
epically.
just thought of that.
Who sets your schedule between the two of them?
What do you mean?
Who sets the schedule? Who tells you when
He's
you
the one in charge. I told him he's in charge of Bruce from now on.
No, that's not what you told me. You told me he's my fucking problem now.
Exactly.
Yeah, and you told me Rigo is my.
Now you're Rigo's problem.
Hola, Rigo. If you could see this. ¿Cómo estás?
Did I send
Shout
a
out
link
to Rigo.
Hey,
Shout out to
pasa,
Rigo.
wey.
Does Rigo have YouTube?
I don't know.
Let's
If
see.
he does, he doesn't know how to use it unless he's.
I just sent him the link to whatever number I had.
Booty shaking videos.
Do you have Rigo's number? Is it a 367?
No, it's a 7.
No,
Wait,
he
Mike?
just got a new phone. Hold on.
So it's his old number is a 313. But anyways, hi, welcome. Glad to see everybody. It is Friday, so we got to check in on everyone's week. Uncle Sam, how was your week?
It was good. I just want to make one little shout out to Leon. Leon, I heard about your granddad. I'm sorry of the passing of your grandfather. That was a true man right there. All you people that know Leon know that his granddad basically raised him, and good guy, and R.I.P. and hopefully he's not in pain anymore, and everything's good.
While we're on the topic of Leon, real quick, he DM'd me last night and he said,
You got a DM from the president himself?
We talk all the time.
Holy
All the
shit.
Yeah, he DMs me too.
So
Wow.
He DM'd me last night and he goes, can I ask you a question, LOL? And I'm like, what the fuck? Sure. And he goes, would you rather be tackled, basically speared by Ray Lewis coming up the middle, or would you rather be powerbombed in a Dudley death drop through a table? And I chose Ray Lewis because, you could see that coming, whereas the Dudley death drop is, it's a long story.
I don't know what the
but
Dudley death drop
it's
is.
where the Dudley boys take you and Bubba Ray
This is
powerbombs
wrestling
you.
stuff. Yeah, Leon's into that.
Bubba Ray power bombs you from the top rope, and Devon helps put you on Bubba Ray's shoulders.
Okay.
And 95% of the time, you're going through a table when that happens.
You know what? I do have to say this. Leon's probably the only black guy I know that watches wrestling.
Dude,
I mean,
no.
him and Tim Flores are big wrestling guys.
I'll tell you where wrestling is huge. It's huge with the blacks. It's huge downriver.
Downriver.
Oh, they love it downriver.
Taylor Tucky?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. The
Downriver
Woodhaven
ain't Taylor
Warriors.
Tucky.
What do you mean?
Tim
Taylor's down-
Tim from
West
Trenton.
downriver.
Wes from Woodhaven.
You don't think Taylor Tucky? You don't think Taylor is downriver?
Listen to me. All them motherfuckers don't even live there no more. They live in Brighton.
That's true.
They all either moved to Florida or moved to Brighton.
All the hillbillies.
That's where all the
either moved
hillbillies
to,
went from Taylor.
to Lake Okeechobee or Brighton.
Hello, Teener. How do I say it?
Tanner.
Hello, Tanner.
Anyways, Zolo, how was your week? So actually, you didn't answer me.
It was great.
How was your week? Pit Peak.
It's been exciting. And
Where was dinner on Wednesday when you missed us?
I told you, we went to Bangkok.
Well, you didn't. You told me, but you didn't tell the people.
Went to Bangkok. My wife likes Bangkok, and I like their barbecued chicken wings are the best I've ever had. Probably the best in Michigan. Very underrated. You got to get them extra spicy, and your lips will burn for hours.
Real quick. Dark Lumen.
Dark Lubin wants to know where you were on January 6, 2021.
Where was I?
Like his 6th time asking.
Punching a hole through fucking.
Anyways,
Henceforth, Dark Lumen would like to refer to you as Jan 6 Sam.
What does that mean? What are you trying to say? I was inciting the riot? It wasn't me. It was the fucking FBI.
Anyways, Zolo, how's your week? Pitts Peaks.
I'm ready for it to be over. I'm ready for Michigan tomorrow. And I'm ready for the Lions on Sunday. It was the week started great, but then when you're coming off of the lack of work from last week, you get the 2 days off.
Right.
And then you go into this week, 5 days, full go. The week started great. It ended very poorly. I'm ready. I'm ready to get to the weekend.
Okay, couple things. Oh, Bruce, how was your first week of work? That you in like 5 years?
3 years, actually. No, 2 years.
Whatever.
2 years.
Your haircut's real cute. Will you show the people?
They've already seen it.
I
didn't
want to
see
see it
it.
again. Look at
No,
this
not
little
gonna see
swoop.
Hold on,
he's got
I didn't
going
fucking
on.
see it. Let me see.
You
There's
saw it.
You look like you'd be the
Wednesday.
love child of Donald Trump. He wasn't here Wednesday.
He was at work Wednesday.
The little comb over you have going on right now, it's real cute.
Shane Gillis.
I
look-
didn't see
you
you
look like a
without a
smaller
hat on
Baron.
Wednesday. You had a hat on.
Also,
I
do
took it off.
you like all the Christmas decorations? We made it festive down here.
Where?
I mean, there's a wreath behind your head.
No,
there's a
I
wreath
don't.
in front.
I don't like that stuff. Hey, you know, you got a wreath all over my murderer's row.
Did you?
I don't
Did
like
you?
that.
We had a nice fill in for you on Wednesday.
Okay.
Bruce,
Looks just
Christina
like
would like
you.
to know where you're working real quick. Would you like to tell Christina where you're working?
Randazzo's.
And
Amen.
Who is
Hey,
your...
keeping the tradition of excellence
She
alive?
comes from corporate, so can you tell her who your direct report is? Who do you directly report to at Randazzo's?
His name's Uncle Sam.
Amen. Amen. Anyways, Leon said that he went up there and just saw you standing around. So I'm not
Saw
sure.
who's standing around?
That's all any of you guys
That's
have
not
to do
true
is just
because
stand
he would have
around.
came and said, "What up?"
Bob's requesting that you give everybody a nice wave.
Bob can get off the needle.
Hey,
and I'll get
hey,
the
you need to
wave.
put that camera on you. real quick.
Oh,
Hey,
wow.
flash that camera on you.
Huh?
Put the camera on you.
No, they already saw it.
No, I didn't see it. Put it on there.
You see it right now.
Oh, you got to put it on the camera. I want to see it on here. Put it on here.
Anyways, we got a lot to do today. We have quite a bit of shit to do today.
All right,
we
let's
have
hurry up.
We have to. We just started. We're only fucking like 9 minutes in.
Hold on before we get into this.
Raise 'em. Fucking raise 'em.
I got the cherry slush today. My favorite.
I'm in cherry
Yeah,
slush.
pounding
Uncle
fucking
Sam
head.
is in juicy
I'm in
peach.
spicy, juicy peach.
Here, cheers, cheers, cheers.
Salud.
Texas forever. Listen. You do enjoy the juicy peach, don't you? Anyways, Dark Lumen in the chat. Guy off camera, let's see you.
That's how he refers to me.
You're the guy off camera. Put the fucking camera on you. I
Is
told
that
you.
about the moment you
Now
blocked
that
him?
Dark Lumen wants me to,
Yeah, put it on
really
there.
not happening.
I would argue that
Really
Dark
not.
Lumen is either our first or second best fan, right up there with President Baker. I think that's 1A
I
and
would
1B.
disagree because they're a San Francisco 49ers fan. So
Listen, I think
and Purdy slap happy. So
I think President Baker's got to be our number one fan, right?
yeah, President.
Yeah.
And well, Angie was. But
Dan.
Then Fortnite released
Dan just-
OG.
Yeah, I know.
OG no build.
Ruining our life. Dan just came in the chat and said that he needs to see Unc in a Santa suit. Don't worry. The Santa suits are all put away. They will come out as we get closer to the holiday because
You can watch some episodes from last year. I
if
had
you go
one on.
if you go back to last December,
Yes.
Uncle Sam did indeed wear the Santa suit. It will
Yes, I
happen
did.
again this year.
No, it's not.
No, there's 3 Santa suits and I have 1 Grinch suit.
It doesn't matter.
Bruce is
because-
going to be the Grinch.
No, you
Oh.
can. You guys do that, and I'll sit here next to this guy.
You're a Gossip Girl guy, right?
Yes, I am.
Do you know who Cindy Lou Who is? You should be.
It's what's the
it's
little
Jenny.
sister's
It's
name?
Jenny Humphrey.
Yeah, Jenny Humphrey. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oldie but goodie. Shout out to Gossip Girl. Great show. Yeah, we have a lot to take care of today. We have a Thursday night matchup. We're a new.
One of the best primetime games this year, the Thursday night matchup.
Would you wear a crop top on camera for Dan?
Jesus Christ, can we?
Anyways,
here?
one of the best primetime games of the year. I agree with that. We may have a MVP candidate emerging very quickly out of that game. We have an
Mecca
entire.
Parsons?
Huh?
Micah Parsons?
No.
No, Dak Prescott.
Yeah. Stop.
Yeah. Here we go.
Did everything he could to give that game away yesterday.
Okay, I get this. That's going to be a good one today. We have a massive game between the 49ers and the Eagles to preview for this weekend. I'm sure Dark Lumen will want to hang around for that. And we have to do the picks.
We know that's going to be a split.
Wait, 49ers Eagles is Monday, right? Is that Monday?
No, that's a Sunday game.
Sunday night.
That's my fault.
No, it's a I believe it's a Sunday. It's a 4:25 Sunday game.
Oh, I'm
I thought it was
shocked that
Sunday
didn't
night.
get flexed.
I'm shocked that didn't get flexed as well. But first, as always, we got to do some news. So, the Browns have officially named a starting quarterback for this weekend against the Rams. DTR still in concussion protocol and officially out. Joe Flacco will be the starting quarterback of the Cleveland Browns this weekend. Uncle Sam, your thoughts?
Slinging Joe Flacco. That's my guy.
Are you excited for this one?
Yeah.
You are.
Yeah, I am. He needs to teach these young guys how to play.
Okay. That's a big piece of news because before last week, everybody on this table was extremely high on the Browns. Has anybody's forecast on the Browns changed at all after the loss last week and Joe Flacco starting this week?
Thank you, Bob.
Yes,
I'm curious to see what he's got
it
left.
has. I don't think it's much. I think he was off the
No,
team
I
for
don't
a
think it's
reason.
much either, but you know what? With a team like that, it's not going to take much to be successful.
I think they're just going to pound the ball.
Yep.
I think they're just going to hand the ball off, and he's just got the keys to the car, but he's keeping it in the middle
One
lane
thing
on the
about
freeway
Joe
going
Flacco,
65.
He likes to use his tight ends, so just look out for that.
What, you think big David Njoku week out?
It might be. It might be.
Might be. Speaking of tight ends, Zach Ertz officially cleared waivers, and his people have come out and said there's 4 teams that he's interested in: Kansas City, Baltimore, Philadelphia, and Buffalo.
Gee. What does he know that nobody else knows?
Well, I don't really see Buffalo as an option.
No, there's one that makes the most sense. That's a perfect fit that he'd thrive in. Baltimore.
Philadelphia.
1,000%.
Baltimore. It's not even close.
Baltimore, I don't think Baltimore needs him, to be honest with you.
They might not.
I don't think they do.
They might not. Goddard's a week away,
Yeah.
so I don't think it's Philly. And
You know, he
there's
used
a
to
bad
play.
Taste.
He was drafted by the Eagles, so I could see it possibly going back there.
But they fucked him too. They were like, we're good. We're all good with Dallas Goddard, and they got rid of him. If I were him, I would go to Baltimore, and I would win the AFC.
That's a smart GM move. What they did. That wasn't no. They didn't fuck him. They just didn't want to pay him.
I know, but from his perspective, he got fucked.
Yeah.
He probably felt bent over.
Okay.
Biggest piece of news to come out of the week so far. Future NFL Hall of Famer Von Miller turned himself in yesterday after an arrest warrant was issued for allegedly assaulting his pregnant baby mama. There was a phone call recording released where she was screaming, saying that she was bruised and bloody, and supposedly he struck her in the face 4 to 5 times. I don't even know what to say.
I would need to see the pictures to that coexist with that, because he's a pretty big dude, and if he hit her 4 or 5 times in the face, she'd be fucked up.
How about the latest, which is that she's coming out now and saying it's all getting blown out of proportion? Did you see that?
Oh, so
I did not see that yet.
Yeah.
so wait, listen. When you cry wolf, there's some shit there. But if you're going to get it to a point where he hit me 4 or 5 times in the face, and now she's trying to retract all that, what the fuck?
So here's
what,
the
what
deal.
are we doing here?
So here's the deal. The cops probably came. They probably took pictures. And if she does have bruises, it's clearly a big
he
deal.
would have went to jail that night.
The ball, well, he had to turn himself in. He turned himself in yesterday. The ball is not in her court. It's the state of Texas would be pressing charges on Von Miller.
And
if
it
that's the
supposedly
case.
choked her out, too. That was thrown on top of this. And the mugshot has come out.
Is she messed up?
No, his mugshot.
No, but is she beaten up?
I have not seen.
There's no
photos
pictures of her.
There's no
but
pictures.
but the victim that called the police, which is the pregnant baby mama, has come out and said this is all getting blown out of proportion. You know, that there wasn't an assault that occurred. But if there's bruises on you, there was an assault that occurred.
Yeah, so what we're reading now is that Von Miller's girlfriend claims he never assaulted her despite an incredibly troubling and disturbing 911 call alleging a significant attack on her while she was pregnant. So, who knows? That one's going to be interesting. I mean,
It's he said, she said. I mean, what are you going to do?
I don't think it's that at all. I think she just thought about it and thought, well, do I really want to lose these millions that my kid has access to, or that myself and my kid have access to?
She should have thought that before she picked up the phone.
Tip Balls has zero tolerance for women being touched.
I don't
in any
agree
way,
with it.
especially if
Any
they're
man
pregnant.
that puts his hand on a woman is a fucking big cunt.
amen. Amen. I think
Put that on the shirts. Put that on the shirt that we're going to print out for Tank and autograph.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Any man who hits a woman.
cunt.
No argument.
Shout out to Mike Botcher.
So
I know that's what he would have said word for word. Except he would have said something about bringing 2 axes and chop your heart out with it. But
did anybody hear Jabril Peppers' story today? After the game against the Giants this weekend, in a conversation.
is this the one where he gave syphilis to everybody at U of M?
No, not that one. So a mic on the field after the game caught him talking to Saquon Barkley, and Jabril Peppers told Saquon Barkley, quote unquote, "You lucky we is ass," essentially referring to his Patriots and his team as ass. So this obviously got backlash from the team. He apologized to the team today.
He's not wrong.
Spoke in the locker room and apologized to the team for referring to them all as ass. But I can confirm the New England Patriots are indeed ass.
I think it's refreshing that he did that.
I mean,
Because you don't ever see that, and then typically that'd be the sign in the Belichick era. It'd be like, you're fucked. You're gone tomorrow. You're gone yesterday, but Belichick's gone, so he can't really get rid of Jabril Peppers, who's one of the centerpieces of that defense, and actually one of the only serviceable players in that defense this year. So,
couple pieces of injury news that directly impact Zolo. Running back Aaron Jones of the Green Bay Packers will not play this weekend. But running back Devon A-Chain for the Miami Dolphins will. So, 2 big running backs, one playing, one not. Outside of that, there wasn't much between Wednesday and today. Should we get into the Thursday night game?
I'd love to.
Let's
Do it.
So, we don't have a Thursday night recap video yet, do we? You got a lot of work to do, son.
Yeah.
You may as well make a playoff machine wipe as well while you're at it, because we're gonna do the playoff machine every Friday.
Yep. Anyways, Thursday night matchup last week, the first game of Week 13. The Dallas Cowboys hosted the Seattle Seahawks. And I've got to say before we get into this, okay, you really dislike Pete Carroll. Last night, as I was sitting
I was
there,
rooting for Pete Carroll yesterday.
wow.
Believe it or not,
That's his Trump.
the
Biden
last
I
election.
fucking
His last
really do
13
not
years.
like Pete Carroll, seriously. But I was, God, hoping they would have pulled that off last night.
I was watching Pete Carroll and his turkey neck and the way that he chomped
Chewing
on
his little
gum.
gum.
I wish I could have teleported there and punched him. He has the most punchable fucking face.
He is too.
He is just.
I would
he's
love to
just
run from the
squirrely
25-yard
looking,
line over and
just
Superman
fucking-
punch him right
yes,
in the mouth.
I cannot stand looking at him.
Hey,
I can't stand him.
Other than like 2 players ever, I'll fucking defend Pete Carroll to the death. Because other than 2 players that have ever played for him, his players fucking love him.
I know, but he's just.
On the
looks like-
contrary,
he
his
just
players
looks like
do
such
not
a-
love
His
him.
players fucking love him.
He
You
looks
can't.
like
It's not
such
even
a
up
piece
for
of
debate.
shit.
They don't love him, dude.
Richard
Richard Sherman doesn't even like him.
Besides Richard Sherman, Marshawn Lynch,
and Russell
Okay.
Wilson. Richard
Cam
Sherman, Russell
Chancellor
Wilson.
wants to run him over with his car.
That's an issue with the GM. That's not an issue with Pete Carroll. That's what's his name? John Snyder. Is that his name?
No, it's Pete Carroll.
who the GM of
You
If
got-
you think
you
that
got me
Pete
on
Carroll
three players.
does not have any say-so in the players that are on
he
and off that
100%
team,
does.
you're wrong.
100% he does. I don't argue that at all.
anyways. The Cowboys come out victorious in this one, 41-35. Dallas now 9-3 and second in the NFC East. And Seattle falls to 500, 6-6, second in the NFC West. Biggest storyline to come out of last night, and I am not a Dak Prescott fan. I'm not a Dak Prescott hater like some people here, but I think right now you have to make a very strong argument that Dak Prescott could be the MVP of this.
You're out of your fucking mind, dude. Stop. There's only one guy that's MVP in the league, Jalen Hurts.
Whatever.
Till they lose, it's Jalen Hurts.
You have
said Tua was going to be MVP.
you have such a who? Me?
Ooh.
Yeah, because Tua was playing at an MVP level the first 7 or 8 weeks of the year.
So right now it's Hurts and Dak for sure.
Hurts.
It's 1A and 1B. They're neck and neck. What I want to see out of Dak,
Close.
what I want to see out of Dak is you have a chance to take down the guy that you're up against for the MVP right now. You have a chance to beat him and you have a chance to outperform him because Dak hasn't performed well in any of their good games. He hasn't done it. I mean, yesterday, if you want to consider that a big good game, I think it's fringe. Yesterday, he was outstanding. But other than that, he didn't do it against Philly the first time. Well, actually, he wasn't bad against Philly the first time, but not an MVP performance. And obviously, he didn't do it against San Francisco. So I want to see Dak.
When he throws 3 passes for touchdowns out of 3 out of 4, and 3 out of them 4 are touchdowns, then I'll say Dak Prescott at the end of a game to win it.
You have become such a fucking Philadelphia hard-on. It's actually gross.
Am I wrong?
I'm going to give you 2 players.
Am I
right now.
wrong on that?
I'm going to give you 2 players right
See
now.
the game that they were clearly down in, that was very fucking winnable, that the other team should have won, and him come back and basically, and what, a half a quarter come from 3 scores down and win? I mean, come on. That's MVP right there.
All 3 of you, I want you to pay attention right now. I'm going to give
Yeah,
you,
go ahead.
I'm going to give you 2 players, player A and player B, and I want you to pick between player A and player B. Player A has 2,697 passing yards. Player B has 3,234 passing yards. So player A is about 2,700. Player B is about 3,200.
What's their touchdown interceptions?
I'm getting there.
Go ahead.
Player A has 410 rushing yards. Player B has 174 rushing yards, so about 400 to 200 on the rushing yards. Player A has 29 total touchdowns
Okay.
and 10 total interceptions.
Okay.
Player B has 28 total touchdowns and 6 interceptions. Player A has a QBR of 63.3, and player B has a QBR of 75.5. Is there anything you would like me to repeat before we go? Who would you rather have? Is there any stats?
Yeah, out of all the
Picks.
stats,
Interceptions.
Interceptions, player A
10.
has 10, player B has 6.
6.
Player B has more passing yards and less rushing yards, correct?
Correct.
Player B has 500 more passing yards, give or take, and 200 less rushing yards, give or take.
Is player B Brock Purdy?
No. No, scrap it. Who would you rather have between player A and player B?
Player B.
Tell me who they are.
Well, who'd you
No,
rather
that's
have?
not how it works.
What the fuck, dude?
Both of
That's
just the
exactly
numbers.
What's the
not how it
record?
works.
What's their record?
I can give you the records.
Give me the fucking records.
But you have to pick before
Give
I
me
give
the
you
records. 'Cause
It
some of
doesn't
them
matter.
numbers are garbage. So give me records.
No,
I
you
gave
have
you the
10
numbers you asked for.
Give me the record. The record.
Player B
Yes.
is 9-3.
Okay.
Player B or player A, which gives it away and defeats the purpose,
Correct.
and you didn't pick,
Go ahead.
is 10-1.
Exactly. I'm gonna take the 10-1 guy. Hello.
He's
No.
such a cop out.
No.
You suck, dude.
No.
Why?
You
Why?
suck. Because Dak's
you
numbers
cheated.
are
Said you can throw your
clearly
little
cheated.
analytics out.
No,
This
it's
isn't
not
the
analytics.
analytics.
These
Go-
numbers
these
are
analytics
better.
simple
go out
stats
the
that
door.
quarterbacks are judged by.
What are you talking about?
There's
His
no
numbers
analytics.
are better.
There's no
I just
advanced
told
statistics.
you. Who do you think's MVP?
Doesn't matter if it's
Personally, right now,
I would say the guy that's 10-1 is MVP.
personally, right now, I'm
clutch.
giving it to Jalen Hurts.
about the numbers.
I'm not. I'm giving it
giving
to Dak.
I'm not arguing that. I'm not going to get in a pissing contest over that. If you want to give it to Dak Prescott,
I'm
I'll
giving
give
it to
Dak
Dak.
Prescott. But Jalen Hurts has done more than enough this year to be MVP. He's my MVP,
Correct.
and he's the
I
quarterback
think he's
of the best
MVP
team.
right now.
If
It's
Dak-
either him or Lamar Jackson.
Dak-
One of the two.
It's these two guys. And if Dak beats Jalen Hurts next week, I'm giving it to Dak. If he runs the table into the end of the season, I am giving it to Dak Prescott.
And if Lamar Jackson runs the table to the end of the week,
It's not. Lamar Jackson isn't in the conversation for me compared to these two guys. 'Cause
Okay, so you don't think Lamar Jackson is better than Dak Prescott?
he's
Not
gotta-
right now.
gotta
He's not
be-
right
He's
now.
got to be pretty,
Or Jalen Hurts.
He's got to be
Not
pretty
right now.
spectacular to be for the end of the year to pass these two guys.
You know,
don't
I
think-
get about the rushing yard, the passing yards, the interceptions, this, that, the other thing, you know. But to me, an MVP is a guy that wills his team to win.
You know what? Listen to me.
That's MVP.
I don't buy that bullshit because at the end of the day, Philadelphia is the most talented fucking team in the league. It's the same argument. You can make the same argument for Jalen Hurts in Philadelphia that you argue against Brock Purdy. The team is so talented and there's so many guys there and he has so many weapons and the defense is so good that the 10-1 isn't because of him.
If I didn't give you the records, you would have picked Dak Prescott. I want that on record.
No, because I already knew.
Because
what you were talking about.
the one stat that you asked for was the interceptions, and Dak's are in half. He's taking care of the
All right,
ball.
so he's
which
only
was his
throwing
big
six.
problem.
Okay, he's only throwing 6. Mm-hmm. But those 6 that he's thrown have been in key games that they've lost.
Okay.
Okay, the rest of those inflated bullshit numbers
They're not-
are
they're not
against
inflated.
garbage fucking teams.
They're not
Inflated
inflated.
bullshit
They're not
numbers.
inflated.
Dude.
Number one, and
Played
if we-
the fucking
and if-
Giants.
and if we're
they blew
really
the Giants out, they blew the
Philadelphia
Jets
played
out.
the Giants.
Fuck.
Philadelphia played the
Can I
Giants.
ask a
Philadelphia
question to both
lost.
of you? Can I ask
They
a
lost the
question to both of you?
Jets.
What is the most important stat for a quarterback, in your opinion?
In my
What's the
opinion,
most important stat for any offensive player, in your opinion? Excuse me.
I mean,
it's either
every quarterback is different, so you can't go by every fucking quarterback.
No,
can't.
it's not.
touchdown to interception ratio.
Okay.
That's probably the biggest one.
Okay, so for me, it's mainly touchdowns. If we're really gonna
Touchdowns to interceptions.
if we're really gonna fucking go there, and again, Jalen Hurts is probably my MVP at the moment. But if we're really gonna fucking go there, how many of Jalen Hurts' touchdowns are accounted for with 2 fucking players and his offensive lineman pushing his fucking ass in goal to go from the 1-yard line? They're not even touchdown passes.
It's unstoppable.
You're arguing against it.
It's
I
unstoppable.
love the tush
I
push.
don't
think it's
like it.
outstanding.
I just said I don't like
But
it.
if you
It's
want to play
unstoppable.
the overinflated number game, I think a lot of Jalen Hurts' TDs, and a lot of them are rushing TDs, a lot of them are coming on that play. Dak is throwing the ball into the end zone. He's revitalized Brandon Cooks. He's got CeeDee Lamb finally fucking playing out of his gourd. He's turned Jake Ferguson into a top tight end in the league.
Brendan
He's got-
Cooks came back from the dead.
He's got I said that.
Yesterday,
Turpin,
they
whoever the
won
fuck
that game
Turpin
basically
is.
right at the end. Why?
They played a good team. I don't care what anyone
I'm
says.
asking you
Seattle's
a
a good
question.
team.
When they
On
sealed
short
the game,
week.
what happened?
Wait, hold on. Didn't he lead a touchdown drive,
I'm
though?
asking you a question. At the end of that game, what sealed the game for Dallas to win that game?
Dak Prescott passed to Jake Ferguson.
No, he's talking about the
I would say
sack.
Mecca
He's-
Parsons sacking.
He's talking about the
fucking
sack.
Geno
He's
Smith.
talking about the sack. But guess who put Mike? If we can do that
on the
pissing
last play of the
contest all
game.
day. Guess who put Micah Parsons in position to be able to get the sack to seal the game?
Really?
Dak
We're
Prescott.
really talking about
Yeah,
that?
you just said that
also-
Dak hasn't been playing good all season, and the only reason they've won games is because of their defense.
Who said that?
No, I'm saying that. The only reason they've won any of their games.
Can I
is because
hold
of
on?
their
Can I point
defense.
something out to you real quick? You know how many times Dallas punted last night?
Zero.
They didn't.
Zero.
So go ahead and blame the offense for
Their-
that.
their
I had
defense-
Dallas steamrolling Seattle.
How many
Okay.
points
I'm not
did their
surprised.
How many points
They
did
didn't
their
turn the
defense give
ball
up?
over once. They didn't turn the ball over once, and they didn't fucking
And
punt.
how many points did their defense give up yesterday?
Dak had an
35. 35.
Dak threw an interception last night.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
When?
He threw a pick yesterday.
Yeah.
I got the
watched
fucking stat line
I
in front of
watched
me.
it.
Geno Smith threw a pick. Dak did not.
I watched Geno Smith.
And Geno Smith's pick, by the way, was it was
fucking watched
Dak's interception was on an offsides by the Seahawks, and it was on a fucking free play. Okay? So you can sit there and
Still
say all
threw an
you want,
interception, though.
but hold on. You're a
Still
guy.
threw an interception.
against one of the best secondaries.
You're
in
a
the league.
You're a guy who says, I don't go by the numbers. I go by what I see on TV. And you're going to sit here and downgrade an offense that didn't punt.
Whatever.
Listen, I'm with you. It's Jalen Hurts right now.
Fuck, it's Jalen Hurts, period.
It's Jalen Hurts right
Well,
now.
they lose.
What if
They
Dak,
lost.
What if Dak beats them? next week?
lost.
What would you
Then
say?
they beat them. It doesn't matter. They're still in first place.
No. About the MVP argument. We're not
Oh,
talking about
MVP argument? I'll tell you like this. If Philadelphia loses fucking Jalen Hurts, they will not make they won't go far. Period.
No. They
If Dak Prescott was to get hurt, the backup could come in there and
No.
keep the shit.
No.
We've seen
And
it
keep
happen.
the ship.
No.
We've seen it happen.
They keep
Last
the
year.
ship in the right direction. It's
Last
happened to them before.
I don't think with this team, the way they're going, I don't think they're not reliant on
so
their run game anymore.
Hold on now. With the same fucking team who missed him last year for what? How many games?
That was
Five?
that was last year.
And I'm sorry, his backup came in and how many games did he win?
That was
he was
last
5-1.
That was last
He
year.
was 5-1,
cannot,
dude.
you cannot compare any
Yeah,
two
okay.
teams from year to year. Well, this
You
is
think
what
they-
happened last year.
If I'm not mistaken, when the Eagles lost Jalen Hurts for 3 games, they lost all 3 fucking games. Hello?
Do we want to?
no, they didn't.
Do I
They
want to play the
didn't.
Brock Purdy card right now? What the
So-
San Francisco 49ers are
Well,
without
you
Brock
see what
Purdy?
happened to him when
Under
he
that
went down.
argument?
The
Good night.
Eagles without Hurts, lifetime, since he has been drafted there, are 3-2
Okay.
without Hurts. Excuse me, they're 3-3.
Yeah,
Cowboys
all
record.
3 games last year they lost without Hurts.
Cowboys record without Dak since they drafted him is 7-8.
Right. And I'm sorry, 5 of those were from fucking Cooper
3 of
Rush.
them were from Cooper Rush.
5 of those were from Cooper
3
Rush.
of them were from Cooper Rush.
5.
He started 4 games last year, and he went 3-1.
5.
Dude, I just looked it up. Okay? I just had it in front of me.
Whatever.
All right. Anyways,
I liked that. I had a lot of fun. I don't
that
know about
was
you guys.
yeah, because it's just this is the thing. He formulates this shit in his mind, and then there's no
Well,
convincing,
it's
right?
both of them. They
There's
both
no
hate the Cowboys.
open-mindedness whatsoever.
Stats don't.
Whatever, dude.
But okay, that's fine. The stat doesn't have to mean anything. But if you're watching a team,
I'm sorry. Aiden Hutchinson has 86 fucking pressures and 5 sacks. Ooh.
anyways, if you're watching a team and they
Whatever,
don't punt all night,
Whatever, dude.
they don't punt.
I don't care if you can't get there, you can't get there. It is what it is.
Can't get where they scored
Can't get there,
41
you
points.
can't get there. It is
I
what
think
it
we're
is.
looking at this
Dak Prescott cannot get to the big game and win it.
I had Dallas.
We're not
15 going,
talking about
and they
that.
didn't.
That's
We're
what
not-
I'm talking about.
No.
You're talking about him being a possible
If that's
fucking
the case, Jalen Hurts.
MVP of the league. He's not going to fucking. When he gets there, he underperforms.
If
It's
that's the
happened
case-
every fucking year.
If that's the case, Jalen Hurts underperformed in the big game last year.
Yeah,
if
he
we're going
did.
by that logic.
He did.
I don't think he.
That's what
I don't
happens
think
when
that
you're going
happened
up
at all.
against the fucking cutest guy in the league.
Oh, there it is. There's the excuse. There's the excuse.
What happens when the refs are in your back pocket?
There's the excuse.
Oh,
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
know about that one. You lost me there.
conspiracy theorist.
me there.
You conspiracy theorist.
Yeah, the only time Bruce is going to go against you is when you bring up his Chiefs. Don't come for Bruce's Chiefs. Everybody down here calls me a bandwagon fan. He,
are.
for the last 2 years,
You
has
are.
rooted for the Eagles, who just happened to lose
are.
3 games in 2
Bandwagon
years.
fan.
And you, out of nowhere, are a Chiefs fan. So there you go.
The Patriots greatest team of all time.
They are.
Dynasty.
Winningest team of all time. Winningest team of all time.
That
Yeah.
is a stat that counts.
Most winningest
Most winningest
team,
quarterback of all
most
time.
winningest team
Of all time.
with the most Super Bowl losses
Of all time.
of all time.
thought
Yes.
Guess what? Rather be there.
Yeah.
Rather be there.
Yep. And if they would have called the 2 the way they should have, dumbass Pete Carroll.
Yeah, there we go.
fuckface.
That wasn't Pete Carroll. That was
Another
Darryl Bevel.
excuse.
That was
Another
Darryl Bevel.
excuse.
No, it was Pete Carroll.
So you-
It was Darryl
obviously-
Bevel who made the
Pete
call.
Carroll.
There's a whole documentary
Somebody
on how
needs to
Darryl
shoot
Bevel
Pete Carroll
made
for
the call.
accepting that. Pete Carroll should have went up there and said, Darren Bevel slapped him and said, you got the best short yardage back in history. What are you doing throwing a pass at the fucking 2-yard line? You fucking asshole.
Anyways, that was fabulous. Moving on. Should we talk about this weekend's slate?
I'd love to.
Bruce, take it away. Okay, so, oh shit, sorry. Okay, so first and foremost, we have a shitload of teams on a bye this weekend, and good ones at that. Baltimore, Buffalo, Chicago, Las Vegas, Minnesota, and the Giants are all on a bye. So, we don't have that many picks to make, it seems like. Up first, do we want to do it first, or do we want to do it last? You want to save it for last?
Save it for last.
Okay, so first up, we have a game down in Nashville where the Indianapolis Colts, who are sitting at 6-5 and second in the AFC South, are staying in division to play the Tennessee Titans, who are sitting at the bottom. Indianapolis, a 1-point favorite, over under of 42.5. Uncle Sam.
I'm going to take Indy in the over.
Why?
I just don't. I think they got some good momentum after last week, and they played well last week. I mean, the Titans, man, they're kind of hard to figure out. One week they look strong, the next week they're fucking awful.
I think the Titans are just slowly. I'm with you.
Yeah.
I think they're just slowly building towards something. I like their future today a lot more than I did 3 months ago with Levis.
Yeah.
And I know they're committing to, rightfully so, I think you guys disagree, but they're committing to Vrabel. And I love Mike Vrabel. I think he's one of the better coaches in the league. And they just need a few more pieces for Levis. It's not happening this year. I love the momentum the Colts have. I think the Colts are going to have a really good shot at this thing. And I think they're building towards something. So give me the Colts. Colts to win, Colts to cover. Was it -1.5, you said?
-1.
Colts to win, Colts to cover. I also like the over because the Colts have been in some shootouts this year.
Couple things I found interesting. Obviously, Jonathan Taylor is out. He will not be playing in this game, so it's going to be back to the Zach Moss show. The last time the Titans played the Colts, Derrick Henry rushed for 43 yards. And obviously, if Derrick Henry's rushing for 43 yards, the Tennessee Titans usually aren't coming out with a win. I kind of expect that to continue. The only thing, DeForest Buckner questionable in this game with a shoulder injury. That's a big part of the Indianapolis run stop. I don't care, though. I think that Indianapolis comes out on top in this one. I'm giving them the win. I'm giving them that 1-point cover. I'm going to stick with the under, though. I don't think Tennessee is going to manufacture many points. I don't think Indianapolis is going to have to push the ball all that much to win this game. And I think Zach Moss is going to run. Give me Indy and give me the under. Next up, in a battle to see who can get their coach fired first, the LA Chargers are heading to Gillette Stadium to play the New England Patriots. New England 2-9, fighting it out for the worst record in football, down at the bottom of the AFC East. The Chargers 4-7, down at the bottom of the AFC West. Bailey Zappi gets his first start of the year here. Mac Jones officially third on the depth chart. The Chargers are a 5.5-point favorite. The over-under in this one, a whopper for the Patriots at 40. Zolo.
While we're picking this game, I want you to look up the Brandon Staley report because someone finally, I think it was a Chargers beat writer or someone connected to the Chargers finally said that Brandon Staley's French toast.
I will find that.
I'm going with the Chargers. I'm going with the over, and I'm going with the Chargers to cover in this one.
Uncle Sam?
I'm going to agree with Mike. I would take the Chargers in the over.
Are you sure?
Yep.
See, this seems like that game with Bailey Zappi coming out.
I want to believe that, but I think they're too far gone.
Yeah, they just don't have enough going for them right now. And Staley needs this.
I believe they're too far gone.
Quick shout out to Garrett. Goff is his MVP. And quick shout out to Z. Love you, Z. Love all my Arabs.
Garrett in the chat today. Goff is my
Gary,
MVP.
no football.
Gary, no football.
You're actually sitting there and watching this? What the hell?
I think he's at work right now, so yeah, he's probably sitting there watching it.
Shout out to Grashit.
Joey, better get over there.
Quote unquote, Brandon Staley's seat is as hot as it possibly can be without melting.
Ooh.
Okay, let's break this down because this game for me.
Would I like to see them smack the Chargers in the mouth and Staley get fired? Yes. Yes, I would love to see
And Belichick goes and takes that job
I
afterwards.
just don't see it happening.
I'm going to take New England in this game to cover the 5.5. I'm going to take New England to win, and I'm going to take the over in this game.
Shout out to Elizabeth as well.
That's
She
a
says
true
she's
Patriot
She's in.
bandwagoner
She's
right
in.
there.
She made a great trade yesterday.
Yes, she did.
I hope it helps her. Sorry if it's at your expense.
I might be expended.
I don't think that's gonna. I think you're off to a strong start as well. But I think that was really stupid of me to trade Dak. So
Yeah, here we go. I'm going to take New England, and I'm going to take the over in this game. Here's the thing, all right? I said this last week when they played the Giants that, like, Belichick had to at least right the ship for some pride. Am I sure that that's going to happen this year? No.
there's no pride when one of your defensive captains is shaking hands with the guy on the other team saying, "Too bad we ass."
Too bad we ass. But you know what? You know who I have faith in? I have faith in the Zap Show, okay? I have faith in Bailey Zappi, and I don't have faith in Brendan Staley. I think Brendan Staley's feeling the heat a little bit, and I think he loses this game and gets fired going into Week 14 as the Chargers' playoff chances come to a close. Give me New England, the cover, the win, and the over in this one. Next up. The Atlanta Falcons are heading up to MetLife Stadium, the unanimously voted worst stadium in the country, to play the Jets. Ooh. Atlanta, a 2-point favorite. The over-under in this one of the biggest of the year at 33.5.
Oh, that's some Iowa football shit.
That is fucking awful.
Iowa.
Atlanta sitting in first place in the NFC South at 5-6. The goddamn Jets waiting for the comeback of their Jesus, 4-7 and third in the AFC East. Uncle Sam, I know how big of a gangrene fan you are, so I'll give this one to you first.
I'm going to take the Jets to win this, and I'm going to take the under.
You're taking Tim Boyle here, eh?
Yep.
Is there a reason why?
I don't trust fucking, what's his fucking name? Desmond Ritter?
Well,
Dog shit.
I
Dog
might
shit.
not fully trust Desmond Ritter,
Yep.
but I trust Tim Boyle even less. The Jets haven't even been able to run the ball effectively.
They will this week.
I'm not
They will
all in
this
on that
week.
yet.
I got a feeling right now that Brees Hall's going to have a breakout game.
He's gonna have time. The Jets defense not gonna allow Ritter.
Can I say something?
Go ahead.
Fuck you. I'm going with the Jets. The Falcons are garbage. I don't know what any of you see in the Atlanta Falcons. And nothing is going to crush Arthur Smith more than Amu Bob. Amu Bob's out for blood. Aaron Rodgers is practicing. It's going to
Amu
invigorate
Bob's out
that
for
team.
blood.
And I just don't see it.
All
with
they
the
need
fucking
to do
Falcons.
is
I
win
don't see
another
it.
game, win one more
Oh,
fucking
shut
game,
up. You are
and Aaron
this
will be
pipe
back.
dream. Win one more game, and Aaron will be. Come on,
Amu
dude.
Bob's got the Aaron Rodgers lifeline, and I think that you're going to see the Aaron Rodgers this team the Jets haven't given up the entire year.
Yeah.
There's no game where they've gotten blown to shit, and there's no game where they've given up. So when they have like inferior opponents coming in,
They got blown to shit by the Cowboys.
that's true. But things were bad.
That was a long
then.
time ago.
Things were dire then.
Yeah.
Things were dire then. I don't think things are dire right now, and I think the Jets are due for a win that they really need. They're not fighting for draft position. Everything is just to posture towards, look, we're looking to next year. We got Aaron Rodgers coming back next year, might even be back this year. We're going to try and win all of these games. And again, it's another coach. You guys might disagree. I think players play hard for this coach, and I think they're going to play hard as shit. Whereas the counter is you have Arthur Smith, who might be on the hot seat for the way he's called some games this year. And I think in the face of a really good defense, he's going to get his fucking shit pushed in. So I'm taking the
people
Jets.
talking a lot of shit about them last week.
I'll talk a lot of
being
shit about the
elite.
Jets defense because they've fallen off heavily since they started out this year.
This isn't the Dolphins, though. This is
not the Dolphins.
Taylor Heineke, Desmond Ritter, and whatever running back he decides the coin flip tells him to play.
Okay. Atlanta's coming off of their best called and best played offensive game of the year. If he does what he did last week, and he uses all three of those very nice running backs, Bijan moves the ball well, Algier comes in to give him a rest, they utilize Cordero Patterson, I think Atlanta gets a win out of this. I'm sorry. Jets defense hasn't showed me anything. Tim Boyle hasn't showed me anything. Garrett Wilson looks like a shell of himself. Breece Hall and Dalvin Cook both limited in practice all week with injuries. They're banged up. I'm sorry. I don't see it. You want to sit there and live on this prayer that Jesus H. Rogers is going to come back on December 20 whatever and lead this team into a fucking wild card spot. It's not going to happen.
Exactly what's going to happen.
For the first time
you just
ever.
read the scenario out yourself,
For the
bud.
first time ever, somebody should listen to Stephen A. Smith, and Aaron Rodgers should sit his old tired ass at home and rest up for next year because it's not worth it and it ain't going to happen.
And Skip Bayless and the rest of those guys need to all get in a van and drive off a fucking cliff.
Give me Atlanta -2.
Rules.
Give me Atlanta -2. I think Atlanta wins this game by a touchdown late. That over under a 33.5. I'm going to take the over. Actually, you know what? No, I'm going to take the under. I think this is a 17-10 ball game. I do. And I think Desmond Ridder solidifies himself as a starter because he will do just enough to get them a win in this game. He'll probably throw 21 passes for 159 yards, no touchdowns, no picks, and Bijan will have 2 touchdowns and they'll win the game. Sorry.
Who do the Falcons play in 2 weeks?
Dick Buckus.
Let's see. My computer is just absolutely running like molasses right now.
Here's the deal. Here's the deal. If the Falcons win this one,
All right, here's Atlanta's schedule going forward. The Jets, Tampa, Carolina, Indy,
we're done.
Chicago,
We're
New
done.
Orleans.
I will blindly pick them against the Bucks next week if they win this week because they have been the most inconsistent team in football. So if they win this week against the Jets, which I don't think they're going to, I promise you I will pick the Falcons next week.
Okay.
I haven't seen 2 good performances in a row from the Falcons all year, and I don't think it's happening against the Jets. I'm sorry.
What?
Jets under, Jets to win straight up. Jets to win outright.
This is a huge game for Atlanta because you've got, and we'll talk about it at the end, but you've got New Orleans against Detroit. Okay. You've got Tampa Bay. Hold on. My computer's freezing.
Elizabeth Cordero Patterson, he was utilized properly last week for the first time this year.
Ever.
And their best chance at success comes from using all 3 of those running backs, especially when you have 2 fucking garbage quarterbacks.
Yes.
You get Cordero Patterson and Bijan Robinson open in the pass game. You put them on the field at the same time, and you use misdirection and try and get them open. Good things will happen. I don't think they have a coach that is willing to do that, and I don't think they have a quarterback on their roster that's willing to execute that.
See, I think this is the biggest game of the year for Atlanta so far. You've got New Orleans playing Detroit, which we'll talk about it later, but for all intents and purposes, that should be a loss for New Orleans. And Tampa's playing Carolina, right? Tampa picks up a W against Carolina, or Carolina steals one from Tampa in division. Atlanta's on a roll to win this division at fucking 6-6. So I think this is a big game for Atlanta. I think they win. I think the Jets shit needs to end because it's all a fucking farce right now. It's all a fucking farce. They are not a good football team. The talent's depleted. The defense doesn't look good. Everybody's banged up. I've had enough of it. It needs to just end. Next up. Are you good over there?
Yeah.
Why are you what's up?
We spent way too long talking about that game.
You good?
Yeah.
You sure?
Wait on you.
The Arizona Cardinals are heading up to Pittsburgh to play the Steelers. Pittsburgh at 7-4, sitting second in the AFC North. Arizona battling it out for the last spot out of everybody, 2-10, and the bottom of the NFC South.
Super Bowl 43 rematch.
Pittsburgh 6.5-point favorite, over under 41.
I am going to I don't have a choice here. I'm going to take the Steelers reluctantly. I don't know how the hell this is happening. Looking for more from Kenny Pickett. This should be the game. Last week didn't count. They were better last week. Didn't count. This is the game where I want to see him open it up a little bit more because you're not playing as good of a defense. It's a stout defense. It's a well-coached one. It's not as talented. So if you're good, if you have a shot and a future in this league, we're going to find out. So I'm looking for a big Kenny Pickett game here. I'm looking for 2, maybe 3 touchdowns. I don't think it's going to happen. I'm still taking the Steelers. I'm taking the under, and I'm taking the Cardinals to cover. I'm taking the Steelers. Steelers are at home.
Steelers are at home.
Steelers at home. Fuck.
You want to think about it for a
What's the
second?
numbers on it?
Pittsburgh is a
6.5.
6.5 point favorite.
You know what? I'm going to take Pittsburgh to win this, but I'm going to take the Cardinals to cover.
So you guys are on the same page.
Yeah.
You take over or under?
Under.
You? I'm going to take Pittsburgh to win, Pittsburgh to cover, and I'm going to take the under.
Okay.
So far, Kyler Murray has looked pretty good. I don't think he looks pretty good against this Pittsburgh defense. And Pittsburgh will score 17 points and win the fucking game. Maybe 17, if they're lucky. Might have a 12-9 football game again. That's just got dumpster fire written all over it. Next up, the Miami Dolphins are heading to Washington, D.C. to play the Commanders. Miami, a 9.5 point favorite, currently first in the AFC East, against a Commanders team that's sitting at the bottom of the NFC East. Over-under in this game, 49.5, a whopper. Uncle Sam, who do you got in this one?
We'll take Miami in the under.
Care to give any input?
I don't think that the Redskins have what it takes defensively to shut down Miami. I just don't see it happening.
So one of the Redskins' biggest Achilles heels this year has been their corners. And I think you're going to have an absolute fucking...
I think the bigger concern is they can't generate a pass rush without blitzing. That's the problem.
Yeah, and
that's the problem.
So far, Emmanuel Forbes has been pretty unimpressive this year.
Well, I mean, he's a rookie, and he gets fucking thrown at a lot, dude.
A lot, as does St. Juste. Both those guys. I don't have any faith.
Actually, I don't have a problem with him. I actually think he's a pretty good corner.
Who, Emmanuel Forbes?
Huh?
They pick on both of them.
St.
Juste?
Is. He's not that bad, dude. I've seen him in games. He gets good tight coverage. Sometimes he gets a little aggressive and starts getting penalties like a fucker. But I mean,
Emmanuel Forbes out.
He's out.
Out.
Okay. Well, I don't think that either one of those guys are that bad. I just think, you know what, them not being able to generate any kind of outside consistent pass rush has absolutely killed their team this year. That and, you know, Ron Rivera is what Ron Rivera is. I mean,
give me the Dolphins. Dolphins to win. Dolphins to cover, and the over.
Yeah. I'm going to take Dolphins to win, Dolphins to cover, and the over. I think this one gets ugly like the Denver one did earlier in the year. This might be the Ron Rivera bye-bye game.
No, it would have happened. It would have happened. And I do think we're going to see a little bit more out of them offensively because of the long rest and because of the wake-up call.
Yeah, but what if we get like a 49-24 game?
Here's
it's
the worst.
Better than 45
here's the worst thing that
10,
can happen right now
17.
is Sam Howell put it on his shoulders to say, you know what, I'm not going to let our coach get fired. And this fucking guy throw for 500 yards and 6 touchdowns.
His ass is still getting fired.
And they still lose.
His ass is still getting fired.
Sam Howell goes out there, he'll throw for fucking 350 and 4, and they'll still run one in, and they'll still fucking lose. That's the problem. You know something? I think Sam Howell's. I get it. He hasn't looked great every fucking game, and he throws a lot of dumb interceptions. But I think he's kind of getting overlooked a bit right now.
He reminds me a lot of Baker Mayfield.
I think he is a better talent than Baker Mayfield. I think he is
got more
talented
weapons than Baker Mayfield too.
That's also
so the chance of success is higher. He's got more weapons than Baker Mayfield, in my opinion.
Who does?
Sam Howell.
Yeah, I would say he has more quality receivers than Baker Mayfield.
We were talking about tackles and all that a couple days ago.
Yeah.
We were talking about draft. That's a team. Get my man some offensive line help. I don't know if it's still the case, but he was the most pressured quarterback in the league. He was the most sacked quarterback in the league.
Yeah.
Get him some help. Draft a guard, draft a tackle, and let's see Sam Howell cook next year. You know, you got a lot of draft capital from what you did this
Sam Howell has been sacked 55 times.
He's got 6 games to go.
Next is Bryce Young at 40.
Imagine my man with a clean pocket and 3 seconds to throw.
Fire the
Yeah.
whole coaching staff.
Angie.
Your quarterback's been sacked 40 some fucking times.
55 times.
Angie, how is tilted?
No, you said Bryce Young.
Bryce Young's been sacked 40 times.
I've
Are
been
you
going
leaving?
to-
Where are you going?
Angie, I've been going to Frosty Flights, Angie, because
Where are you going?
We'll just chill and get some planes. He's stocking up.
So I've honestly, little side note, I've been almost every drop at the tower in, was it Paradise Palms?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Top of the tower.
Yeah.
And I've been having really nice luck. Really nice luck.
I had an end game.
I do.
I had an end game yesterday. It was a compacted circle, ranked no build OG. It was a compacted circle outside of Paradise Palms. You know where it gets towards the water, where there's like a bunch of rocks in
Yeah.
between the racetrack and Paradise Palms?
Yes.
It was there, and there was 19 people left in a tiny ass circle, and the end was just chaos. And we ended up getting smoked because none of us had jetpacks. I've realized on the OG no build, the jetpack is key.
On the no build, the jetpack.
You get a rocket launcher and a shotgun with a jetpack, it just fucks everyone's shit up.
What are you talking about?
Fortnite.
Oh, God.
Can we get you to play? I want him to play.
He was. Yeah, I would love to run some squads, Angie. No, but he was watching. He was watching me the other day, and he said 2 things. It wasn't bad, and he was actually. I had a couple sniper shots in there that he was impressed by.
He had a couple shots that were really nice.
Listen,
Long distance
I have
shots.
my Xbox app on my phone. So when you get on at 7:30 in the morning,
Yeah, we know what you're
No,
on.
I
But
get
anyway,
on. I wake up at 6:15. I'm on by about 6:25 after I shit, and then I'm off at 7:05 to do my shit before I go to the gym.
Uncle Sam, I'm sure he's good and fun to watch, but if you watch someone that's really fucking
Yeah, like
good,
he's probably really fucking good.
no, I'm horrible, but I have friends that are really fucking good.
My brother plays fucking, what is that game?
Call of Duty.
Oh, my God. They flipped that game like 50 times, him and crazy pot smoking Barry Ganatic. That's all that guy used to do is smoke dope and play fucking
Shout
Call
out
of
to
Duty.
Barry Ganatic.
Barry Ganatic. Barry Gonad.
I would, honest to God, we should all.
I'd
do it.
play. I'm not that good, but I'd play
I've been playing build.
OG with builds.
I've been playing OG.
I
with
can play
builds.
either or.
So the
Yeah, but
problem
I'll-
is there's too
I'm
many
bad.
little kids with perfect binds on their keyboard and mouse and their computers. And,
Wait, doesn't
and
it go away tomorrow?
No.
OG
Does it?
goes away tomorrow.
Why would they
December
get
2nd.
Why would they get rid of something that everyone's
away tomorrow.
playing? Why
I
the
don't know.
fuck would they do that?
But it's going away tomorrow. So,
What's the point? Whatever. I don't know.
but Angie, it was a great thought. I would have loved to have ran tip squads with you, but unfortunately, we can't. Next up, we have a massive matchup in the AFC, one that definitely is going to decide playoff positioning. The Denver Broncos are heading down to Houston to play the Texans. Both these teams are sitting at 6-5. Denver second in the AFC West, Houston third in the AFC South. This game is going to have massive playoff implications. Houston, a 3-point favorite in this one. Over under is 47.5. What's very interesting about this right now, 75% of the money is on a Denver money line. And 65% of the money is on Denver to cover.
I got this.
Go ahead.
I'm picking Denver until they lose. And I don't think it's this one. I'm with the money on this one. I think usually when that happens, the opposite ends up happening. But I'm with the money. I think Denver wins outright, which obviously means I have them covering. And I like the over. I think that Texans defense has been pretty porous as of late. So I like the over. But I certainly like Denver. I don't think it's going to be. I don't think it's going to. Experience is what it comes down to. And I don't think that Russ and Sean Payton are going to get outdueled by D'Amico Ryans and C.J. Stroud.
That, I personally, I love what Sean Payton's done down there.
Yeah,
I mean, we all thought they were going to be horrible this year.
it just
You mean
took.
D'Amico Ryans? Or,
No, I'm talking about Sean Payton. We thought the Broncos were going to be dog shit, especially when they got 70 put on
They started dog
by
shit.
the Dolphins.
They
were
started
awful.
dog shit.
Right, but they put it together, and I'll tell you what, dude, Russ has been money.
It's
Russ
hard to
has
pick
been
against
money.
them. There's not many teams I'm picking. If the Broncos are playing them, there's maybe 2-3 teams. I'm
Listen,
picking
after
with the
what
Broncos
they
right now.
did last week, mind you, they might have not caught Cleveland at their best. Obviously, they didn't. But the way they did it, You got to give them a lot of
It's
credit.
convincing.
And I think that momentum will carry them in this game and pass the Texans.
I am with you. I'm with you.
And I would take the over.
It's hard not to pick Denver right now in any game.
I'm going to take Houston. I'm going to take Houston to cover this game, Houston to win, and I'm going to take the over in this one. I think there's going to be quite a few points scored. I think Houston really, really, really wanted that game against Jacksonville last week, and they came up just a little bit short. I think C.J. Stroud kind of puts an exclamation point on the year thus far right now.
Ultra Lord.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Ultra Lord. Jimmy Neutron.
And I'm going to take Houston to win this game and that over.
Actually, but
Are you done?
he said
Ultra Lord. I think there's going to be a shitload of points scored. I don't think there's going to be a ton of defense, but ultimately, I think Stroud's going to put him over the top. I do agree with you guys. I think that Russ will be prepared. Sean Payton will have him there, but right now, Houston just feels like a team of destiny, and they got the short end of the stick last week. I think they're going to win this one.
Don't be fooled. Just because I picked Russ and the Broncos does not mean.
Are you still a Stroud boy?
Stroud boy? Stroud boy, stand up.
Guess what, Uncle Sam?
Yeah.
We've got
Divisional game.
the Carolina Panthers are heading to Tampa Bay to play the Buccaneers. Tampa, 5.5-point favorite, third in the NFC South.
I hate these fucking games,
Oh.
especially after coach gets hammered.
Over under of
Hammer fucked.
36.5. Carolina's first game with who's their fucking interim
I don't
coach?
even remember who it is. Something with a double consonant.
I don't know who it is, but he's got to be better than Todd Bowles.
Chris Tabor.
Oh, no double consonant.
Chris Tabor.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Something.
This game has no meaning whatsoever, which means Carolina will probably win it. What do you think?
That's my problem. I want to say Tampa Bay, but then Carolina will do something stupid and win this game.
My thing with Carolina is I don't think anybody on their staff is auditioning for a job at the moment. Therefore, I don't know what the urge is to try and push to win this. It's not like when Antonio Pierce.
No,
came
but
in.
I think when guys get to this point, when your coach gets fucking axed, your offensive coordinator gets axed, your fucking running backs coach, they all get fucking axed.
Mm-hmm.
I think a team kind of rallies around that sometimes and says, you know what, we're not dog shit. We can win a few games.
And also, one of the big curveballs when this happens is different guys play. Like I know
Correct.
that Panthers fans have been calling for Mims to get more playing time, and who knows, is Mims going to get more playing time? The rookie, and it was Marvin Mims, right?
Marvin Mims plays for Denver.
Yeah. Oh wait, who am I thinking of?
Talking about,
who am I thinking of? The receiver from the Mingo.
Mingo.
Jonathan
Mingo.
Jonathan Mingo. Who gets more playing time for the Broncos? Are you going to see more Chuba Hubbard, or Chuba Hubbard, whatever the fuck you want to call him?
Chuba.
Regardless,
Chubby Hubbard.
Juna.
I just think that the Bucks, and I've said this at least twice in the last 2 months, the Bucks really need one of these games at some point. And if you're losing to the Panthers, then it's certainly
it's over.
You guys think that what's his face down there is the worst coach in football?
Todd Bowles.
Todd Bowles is the worst coach
Yeah.
in football. He truly is if he can't pull this game out. So
Yeah.
I'm going with the Bucks. Going with the Bucks to cover. I'm going with the under in this game.
I'm going to go Carolina in the under. I think Carolina's going to cover. I think Carolina's going to
Gone
win.
against everything that me and him are saying.
And I'm going to
fine.
take the
Someone's
under.
gonna be right
You
for
want to
all
know
these
what?
games.
You want to know what? You want to know what? It's that fucked up thing. Todd Bowles will coach himself out of this fucking game, and whoever teased Tabor's uncle will fucking find a way to get Chuba Hubbard in the end zone 2 or 3 times, and they'll win. So I'm going to take Carolina in this. It's going to be the ugliest game of the weekend. I truly feel that way, and there's not going to be a lot of points scored. It's good. I think it's going to be a shit show. Mike Evans is guaranteed anytime touchdown scorer, though. I think he has a.
So what do you think about being me?
What?
I don't know.
What do you mean
He's
being
filled in
you?
his role. You're picking against us today.
Yeah.
I feel it's getting late in the year. I'm feeling spicy right now.
You've jumped ship a few times.
Just asking.
What do you mean I've jumped ship?
You should see him after 2 Alani news.
I'm just.
That's just one.
Okay, can we stop? Is Carolina bad enough to only win one game?
I think they got another one coming, and this could totally be one that they
This
pull
is it.
off.
Yeah.
I think this is it because let's go to the schedule.
Do they play the Atlanta Falcons again?
I think they do. Hold on. They play Tampa, New Orleans, Atlanta, Green Bay, Jacksonville, Tampa.
Oh, wow. They have to play Tampa.
They play New Orleans at New Orleans. They play Atlanta at home. They play Green Bay at home. They play at Jacksonville, and they play Tampa at home.
I think they're beating the Falcons personally. But you're not all, just like when I tell him when he has a crazy one that you balk at. I don't think you're far off. I totally think that the Panthers can win this game. I just don't think it's going to happen.
What was the one New England game he took that was fucking awful, and they lost by like 30?
I don't know.
Dallas.
Watch, it'll probably be You take New England this one?
I think it was Dallas. I picked them to cover. They got
Next
blown
up,
out.
in Joe Flacco's debut this year as the Browns starting quarterback, Cleveland is heading to SoFi Stadium to play the Los Angeles Rams. Rams are 5-6 and sitting third in the NFC West, while Cleveland at 7-4 is third in the AFC North. We were all real high on Cleveland not too long ago, but obviously Vegas is not, because the Rams are a 3.5-point favorite in this one. The over-under is 40.5 points. Zolo, break it down for us.
I'd feel a lot better about this game with Dorian Thompson-Robinson, and it's still not enough, because I could see a scenario where they're running play action properly and they're dominating the line of scrimmage on both sides, and they're able to effectively run the ball and control the tempo, but I don't see that happening. And I think the Rams are kind of rolling right now. And I actually love what their defense has done, especially their defensive front. It's gotten a lot better. Who's the defensive end? I'm looking him up right now. One of their defensive ends is playing out of his gourd, one of the younger guys.
Byron Young?
It might be Byron Young. No.
There's it Hochit.
I think it's Young and Hochit, no?
They both are playing pretty well right now.
Regardless, I love what the Rams' defensive front has done, and I don't think that the Browns are going to be able to effectively run the ball, which is going to put pressure on Flacco, which is not going to end well. And I would feel a lot better about Dorian Thompson-Robinson playing in L.A., returning to L.A. and playing well. I just don't see it happening. Rams are rolling. They rolled pretty nicely last week.
Got these guys. They ran the shit out of Kieran Williams.
And
Kieran
you're gonna see
Williams
that
had
again.
Are you
an
kidding me,
absolute
dude?
monster week.
Yeah.
What did he have? Fucking 30 carries last week?
I like the
Coming
Rams,
back?
and with Myles Garrett a little banged up,
Yeah.
I like the over surprisingly in this one. But I like the Rams, and I like the Rams to cover.
No, that game last week, too, they ran the ball right at him last week.
I
That's how you
talked
stop a
about
good
it.
pass
It was flawless. You run to the outside of Myles Garrett, and you have to make a decision. He's got to make a decision every play instead of it being chalk. So I like the Rams. I like the Rams to cover, and I like the under in this one.
Yo, you are going under.
Yes.
Yeah.
Last week, Kieran Williams had 16 rushes for 143 yards, and then he picked up 6 receptions through the air for 61 yards and 2 touchdowns. I think we see a lot of the same out of him, especially with Cooper Kupp still banged up. And I think that the Rams win this game and win it pretty convincingly. I don't have a lot of faith in Joe Flacco. Myles Garrett, obviously being banged up, is just the worst possible thing for them. Denzel Ward also not playing in this game. Amari Cooper questionable. They're banged up right now. Kareem Hunt also has a groin injury. Give me the Rams to cover to win, and I'm going to take the over in this game too. I think we're going to have some points on both sides. You want to talk? Did you pick already?
Yeah.
Oh, you did? I had a moment. Sorry.
Huh?
I had a moment.
I
Sorry.
took the Rams.
Did you?
I haven't heard your last 3.
Yeah, I haven't. Yeah, you're just not like speaking today.
I just said I took the Rams. I agree with Mike.
Did you
Took the
finish?
Rams.
Did you finish your Aladdin?
Yeah.
You got to get it in you. We need to
It's
got
in
to
me,
get the
dude.
people fucking going here.
Mine's got me shaking. Right
Juna. Next up,
Water, kid.
Paging Dark Lumen. Paging Dark Lumen. The San Francisco 49ers, currently at 8-3 and sitting at first in the NFC West, are heading to the city of brotherly shove to play the Philadelphia Eagles, who are currently 10-1 and first in the NFC East. But even though they've only lost one game, and even though they're everybody's Super Bowl favorite, and even though Uncle Sam thinks Jalen Hurts is the MVP, little old Brock Purdy and the San Francisco 49ers are favorited in this one. San Francisco a 3-point favorite on the road in Philadelphia. The over-under in this game is 48 points. So without further ado, Uncle Sam,
I'm going to take the Philadelphia Eagles and the over.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
let's hear it. Why?
Why?
I want a full breakdown. Everyone wants to hear your
MVP.
thoughts on this game. That's it? That's all you've
MVP?
got? Biggest game,
Listen,
game on the Eagles' schedule.
Okay.
This is by far the biggest game on the
This is
Eagles'
what I
schedule.
think. I think you're going to see an Eagle team.
This is an NFC
And they're going to come.
championship preview.
They're going to come into this game. They're going to take it very seriously, and I actually think that they're going to want to make a statement, especially because they haven't looked good in the past few weeks. They continue to win, but they're not winning convincingly. And when that happened last time, they smacked around the Dolphins. So I see them coming in here and wanting to make a statement. It'll be a hard-fought game, but I think MVP will get them over the top.
Zolo?
Oof, I still love the Niners. And if this game was in San Francisco, I would take them. It's not. It's in Philly.
I'm going to agree with that.
And I think that Philly is, again, they have one kind of they have a ton of signature wins, but they have one all-around good win, 3 phases, and that was at home against the Dolphins. And I think they get I think it's a closer game because Philly's out for blood, but the Eagles are listening when they hear, oh, if we had Brock Purdy, we would have won that game. And I don't know if that's the case. Philly was just a wagon last year, and I think Philly was winning it regardless. I'm looking for the Niners to look good. I think Brock Purdy's going to have a hell of a game. I just like the Eagles at home. I think that's a big deal when you take the warm weather team and you bring them out east, and that's a tough place to play. We're going to have some fun, and I'm going to take the over very reluctantly on this one, just to have fun. I'm going to take the over. I like Philly. I like Philly to cover. I like the over. You know what? No, I don't like. What's the number on that one?
48.
No. What's Philly favored by?
San Francisco is a 3-point favorite.
Oh, free money on Philly. I think it's going to come down to a last-second field goal, and whoever has the ball last type of game. I think this game in particular, I think it's going to be hella fun. I think Philly's going to have the ball last, just because they've always had the ball last the last couple weeks. So give me Philly to win, Philly to cover, and give me that over.
Oh God! I mean, I don't think we've had a day where we've been
Lockstep.
in less agreement than we are right now.
I'm not. If you take the Niners, I'm down with that. I want the Niners to win. Actually, no, I don't. From a Lions rooting standpoint, you want Philly to win so you could get the 2 seed.
Right.
So no, reluctantly, I want Philly to win, but I love that Niners team. It's fun. And if you're going to take them, I'm not faulting. Like, you're not in the wrong at all.
I'm going to say this much, okay? Fletcher Cox hasn't practiced all week, and I know he's going to say, oh, it's next man up, Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter. And you're going up against Christian McCaffrey. If there's anybody in this league who knows how to take over a game, especially a big, important game, it's Christian McCaffrey. I'm not there yet. I think everybody's going to have a little surprise in store this weekend. This team lost 3 in a row at one point, and I still have all the faith in the world in them. I think Brock Purdy is going to show out. I do. I think he's going to have a very, very nice game.
I do too.
Everybody,
all of their pass catchers.
Every pass catcher on San Francisco has a nice game. I think if there's anybody who's going to scheme properly to contain Justin Hurts, it's the 49ers. I think these teams match up really nicely against each other. I'm going to take Frisco. I'm going to take the over. I agree. It's going to come down to a field goal game, right? Right at the end. Give me Frisco. Give me them to cover. Give me them to win. And I'm going to take the over because I think you'll get at least 7 touchdowns out of this game. I do. And you know what? I know what you're probably thinking right now. But paper to paper right now, this Philadelphia team is they're not as good as San Francisco. They're not. Brock Purdy.
Yeah.
He's going to eat. I'm with you. I think he's going to pick apart that Eagles secondary.
Yep.
I don't think you're going to
last
see McCaffrey.
time, he wasn't so successful against him.
I mean, the last time when he got hurt?
Yeah.
Big Ayuk and big Kittle game coming.
I think
still
you have
taking
a
Philly though.
monster Kittle game coming.
I'm still taking Philly though.
And there's certain little tiny things about Philadelphia right now. Like this is a perfect game where they really are going to miss Dallas Goedert. I think that's a huge X factor in this game. Give me Frisco. Next up, Sunday Night Football.
This is easy.
The Kansas City Chiefs, sitting first in the AFC West at 8-3, are heading to Lambeau Field to play the Green Bay Packers, sitting at 5-6 and third in the NFC North. Kansas City, a 6-point favorite in this one. This over-under is 42.5. What do you think?
I'm going to take Kansas City in the over. Too much Patty Mahomes.
What? Okay, see, I'm not that confident in this game, and I don't know why. I'm scared of this game.
Are you going to see the same Jordan Love you seen last week this week? It's too inconsistent. I don't think you're going to.
See, the only reason why I want to take Kansas City in this game and go all the way on it is because I know Andy Reid is going to outcoach Matt LaFleur.
Listen, Kansas City's defense is better than Detroit's. Flat out. Yeah. So guess what?
I think
I got a feeling you're going to see Kansas City want to make a statement here.
I think he just hit the nail on the head.
Go ahead.
I don't know if it's a statement, but I just think that this is one of the better defenses that Jordan Love's going to play against. And I don't know if that aggressive game will always work against the Lions defense. It's just a matter of if their corners stop you. I feel a lot better about the back seven in Kansas City compared to a lot of teams that Green Bay is going to go against.
Right.
And love what I've seen from Jordan Love 2 weeks in a row. Talk about someone that needs a game. He fucking needs this game. He really needs this game.
Yeah.
This is the signature win that maybe makes them not draft a quarterback. And on top of that, it firmly cements you. We'll get to the playoff machine. It firmly cements you in the playoff race at that point. I don't think that's going to happen. I think Patrick Mahomes in primetime, other than 2 games this year, actually, he's been pretty good. And the Packers aren't as formidable defensively as the Jets were. It's hard to pick against Mahomes on this stage. I know he's been bad this year, but it's really hard to pick against him. So give me the Chiefs.
You're such an ass.
Give me the under.
Not you, Zola.
Give me the Chiefs to win. Give me the Chiefs to cover. Give me the under.
I wasn't calling you an ass.
Chiefs are going to win this one. Next up. Oh, that's Monday Night Football. So we only have one thing left to do. Our very own Detroit Lions are heading down to New Orleans to go to the Superdome and play the Saints. Uncle Sam letting out a big ol' oh God because he is not happy with the Lions or their defense right now.
Not at all.
Detroit 8-3, first in the NFC North. New Orleans 5-6, second in the NFC South. This is a big game for New Orleans. And you know what? I don't think it really matters because Chris Olave still has not cleared concussion protocol. Rashid Shaheed out with a thigh injury. Cameron Jordan, questionable. They don't really have a pass catcher right now. Michael Thomas on IR. Even if Olave does play, is one guy enough? Will one guy be enough for them? I don't think it is. I'll go first here. I am going to take my Detroit Lions to win bigly. Detroit's a 4-point favorite. That over-under is 47. I'm going to take Detroit. I'm going to take them to win. I'm going to take them to cover. I'm going to take the over.
You can go next.
I'm going to take the Saints.
I want to take the Lions in this to win in the under.
Wow. And for the Lions, Jonah Jackson, questionable. Alex Anzalone, doubtful.
The anal zone.
The anal zone is doubtful.
This would be the best game of the year defensively.
What are the Lions favored by?
The Detroit Lions are a 4-point favorite.
4.
I think for the record, I think the Lions come back out, have it turned around, and I think they win this game by 2 touchdowns.
I think offensively they certainly rebound, and for that reason, I do like the over. I think you're going to get a very nice performance, a very nice bounce-back performance from this offensive line. Remind you that the Lions have gone on 3-game winning streaks post-loss since the second half of last year. Every time they've lost, they've gone on to win 3 in a row after. And I do think they're going to get the win. I think this is going to be closer than people think. Not Saints covering close, but I think it's going to be closer late. And the Lions are going to have to do some work in the fourth quarter to get this one, just based on how they've been defensively. I know the Saints are banged up. I know there's some guys missing. The difference between the Saints right now and the Bears and the Chargers and the Packers the last 3 weeks, no, the Saints are in more disarray than the teams that you faced in the last 3 weeks. So I feel good about the Lions from that standpoint. I just think that this offensive line is not going to turn in as bad of a performance as they did against Green Bay. And I for that reason, I like the Lions, but I could totally see the script flipping, and I think this game's going to be close in the fourth quarter with the Lions end up backdoor covering. Give me the Lions, give me the over, but be careful.
If Jonah Jackson was playing in this game, I would. Did you know with him in the lineup that they have 40 to 45 more rushing yards per game with Jonah Jackson in there?
I believe it.
He's not.
I didn't know that, and I believe it.
When he's in there, they win. They win. They rush for over 150 yards a game, which I believe is either first or second in the NFL. When he's in the lineup, without him in the lineup, they've lost fucking 2 games. They've lost 2 games without him in the lineup, and their rushing average goes down by at least 40 to 45 yards.
And mind you, statistically, this is a down year for Jonah
numbers
Jackson.
For you.
This has been a down year for Jonah Jackson. He hasn't even been that great, and he's been unhealthy. But the key, what's up?
Contract year.
But he hasn't been playing well this year. The key is the reason why they're so effective with Jonah Jackson is because what's behind him is not good. If it's Matt Nelson,
I don't know about that. I think he's a really good run blocker, and I think that's the difference.
He is a great run blocker, but
that's the difference.
Sorsdahl was really bad the last 2 weeks. Iwasika or whatever his name is hasn't been good. So you need Jonah Jackson just because he's better than the other guys. And when Jonah Jackson has played, they've won every time, and they've been very effective running the ball.
Correct.
So I think it's
by
key
about
to Jonah
40
Jackson.
yards per game.
That's a lot of yards.
That's a lot of yards. Believe it or not, that stupid amount. 40 yards don't sound like a lot, but per game, with him in it, that should tell you something right there.
We have a little piece of news to talk about before we move on to the playoff machine real quick. Seahawks safety Jamal Adams is in some serious amounts of hot water right now. A beat reporter for the Seahawks on his hold on, I don't know if he is for the Seahawks or not, but you remember the Jake Ferguson touchdown last night?
Yeah.
Over Jamal Adams?
Yeah.
So a reporter by the name of Connor Hughes, who I'm looking up right now to see what his deal is.
He's not related to Connor Scallions, is he?
I don't believe he is related to Connor Scallions.
The newest Barstool hire. Scallion.
So Connor Hughes, an NFL reporter for New York Sport SNY TV, so a New York reporter, shared the video of Jamal Adams getting beat by Jake Ferguson for a touchdown last night. Jamal Adams then went on to Twitter to respond and screenshotted a picture of the guys. So when Connor Hughes tweeted this video, he said, "Yikes," as the caption. Jamal Adams then went and took a picture of the guy's wife and posted the picture of the guy's wife with the caption, "Yikes."
Okay.
I don't see anything wrong with that.
And what's wrong with that?
Yeah.
That's
No.
a
He
fuck. That's a fucking
He didn't
dick
assault his
move.
pregnant
Oh,
in
baby. mama.
in the
I mean,
grand
come
scheme,
on, dude.
in the grand scheme, I don't see anything like I don't see like anything that's like you need to get released or fired.
Yeah,
but,
no, but that's just a dick move.
Well, no, it's a bitch move.
Yeah, it is.
It's
You go
a
at the
bitch.
guy's wife.
You make millions of dollars and you're tweeting at reporters. That is so fucking low. Anyone who respond and guys do it all the time. Anyone that responds
Hey,
to
it's Bush
fans,
League.
That's Bush.
Yeah,
That's
hell yeah.
Bush.
hell yeah.
Bush.
I don't think
What's
this
funny?
Is, I don't think
Bush.
this is an
Funny.
apologizable
Bush.
offense. I think he's just a
Bush.
bitch. I think he's just a huge bitch. Jamal
That's
Adams.
bad. That's rough.
It's funny.
Dude, you don't go after the guy's wife.
Oh, come on. What does she look like?
She's not that bad looking.
I mean, she's
either.
not awful.
All right.
Also, Antonio Brown just put out a tweet.
Oh, God.
Me and my therapist both agreed. I don't need a job. I need a blowjob.
Okay.
Wise words from an even wiser man. Anyways.
Blowjobs are better than
fucking-
no jobs. Clinton Gore,
what a
96.
fucking useless human being. Dude.
Well, and then he followed up with a tweet.
What a useless human
Hold on. He followed up with a tweet after that. One thing we don't save is hoes and money. And then he came back. Hold on.
Nobody
I
fucking cares.
just got some head in the ghost. Then I ghost her. And then he came back one more time. I can't buy you happiness if you ain't got it.
Who's he talking to? Giselle Bunsen?
And then he finished his Twitter thing with, well, I guess a blowjob better no job.
Yeah, that's how Bill Clinton won a presidency with that slogan. So
Okay.
shout out to Monica.
So before we finish today's show, we're going to go through our playoff machine like we do every Friday afternoon now that we have picked all the games for this week. Bush. Real quick, we have a Bengals-Jacksonville matchup on Monday night that we're not going to break down, but we'll just pick real quick for the playoff machine. Jacksonville, 8.5-point favorite going into this one. Just pick a winner. I'm going Jacksonville.
I go
Jacksonville.
Okay, so let's go through the playoff machine now. Bruce, if you could bring it up on the screen for everybody to see.
Might take me a second here. Hold on.
Per usual, Bruce was unprepared.
Wow.
You didn't think a good time to, get the playoff machine ready was one, after I said it in the chat, and two, while I was talking about Antonio Brown
I was also
blowjob
writing down
tweets.
your picks.
Is this too much for you?
Well, how am I supposed to write the picks down, man?
You write, and then you type.
I'll tell you, you
Right.
go back and listen to the show
Right.
a second time. You look for errors and you write the picks down then.
Amen.
Or you listen to it while Caitlin writes them down.
Not a bad idea.
Not a bad idea.
Does she like football?
You're distracting him. It's taking him longer to get.
Smoke coming out of his ear.
Oh, there we go. Here we go. Bruce.
What the fuck?
Did anybody see that the GTA 6 trailer was announced today?
They said, and they came out with a statement like 2 months ago on the Rockstar birthday, like the 15 or 20-year birthday of Rockstar, and they said we're releasing the trailer on December 5th. So
Bruce has just got a picture of us in the corner with a
It's
full
supposed to
black
be the
screen
Google.
up there right now. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Here it is.
Can't find it, man.
You can at least switch back.
No, because I need to edit it. Here. There. Now you can.
Now, yeah, if you could get the playoff machine up there so we don't have to wait till Monday to do it, that would be real nice.
What the living fuck?
Come on, guy off camera. God damn it. Oh, Jesus.
how did you
There
not,
it is.
how did
All
you
right.
not troubleshoot the playoff machine? It's an essential part of the show going forward.
I mean, Jesus Christ.
I marked down a time on the playoff machine to
Yeah.
see how long it takes us to do the playoff machine. Should I start it now or should I start it 3 minutes ago when the timer actually started?
No, I think we should just start it now.
We could just go through
We
and
might.
pick these and then hopefully
Well,
just,
he might almost be there. He might be there.
It's as good as it's getting.
anyways, what are you guys doing this week?
This is as good as it's getting. What am I doing this weekend? I'm cooking some steaks and pasta tomorrow, and then
What kind of pasta?
A little carbonara.
Really?
I am. Tonight, I'm ordering Chinese food because I'm in the mood for Chinese food. Sunday, I'm going to sit on the couch and watch football all day.
I might need you to save me some carbonara just so I could try your carbonara.
I'll get you a bowl of carbonara. It's going to be a little spicy going on. Uncle Sam, what do you got going on this weekend?
Divisional game.
Shooting Bruce at some point.
I'm shooting myself probably.
Oh, we have playoff machine.
Okay.
If you don't want to answer the question, if you want to plead the
I'm gonna
fifth.
suck the fucking barrel on my.
Okay. Anyways, moving on.
Shout out to Randazzo.
So right now, as it stands, we have Baltimore as the 1 seed, Kansas City is the 2 seed, Jacksonville is the 3 seed, Miami is the 4 seed. In the AFC, wild card teams are Pittsburgh, Cleveland, and Indianapolis. As far as the NFC goes, Philly is the 1 seed, Frisco is the 2 seed, Detroit is the 3, Atlanta is the 4. Wild card teams are Dallas, Minnesota, and Seattle.
I think off the rip. Did you already pick this week's games? Did you already pick them?
No, I just got it up. Hold on.
No, so here we go. Here we go.
Chargers, obviously.
We have the Chargers,
Steelers. Second one. I'm going in order.
Okay.
the Colts,
We were all Colts, right?
correct?
Yep.
Hold on. What was Denver, Houston? I took Houston.
I took Denver and
I
you
took
took Denver.
Denver.
All Denver,
Okay, they took Denver.
I think we all were Lions.
All Lions.
Jets,
Yep, 2 of us were Jets.
Ah,
We're all
geez.
Dolphins.
Tampa Bay.
Pick the
No, wait,
Philly.
were we Tampa Bay? Oh, yeah, we
Yeah,
were
you
2 to
Tampa
1.
Bay, you were Philly, you were LA, KC, and Jacksonville.
Yeah, I think he actually got them all.
The Rams
Yeah, we all picked the Rams.
Oh my
The
god.
Rams
did.
have slipped into that 7 spot.
So hold on. I
That's why
don't.
you want that 2 seed, so Matthew
Right.
Stafford is to come here.
You want to know what's fucked up? Look at what happened here in the AFC. The AFC just got completely
Is it
twist
fucked?
turned upside down. Yeah. So Baltimore went from the 1 seed to the 4 seed.
Wow.
Baltimore goes from the 1 seed to the 4
Oh,
seed
hold on.
a bye.
They're on the bye. That's
On a
why.
bye.
They're on the bye.
That's correct.
They fall. Jacksonville goes from 4 to 2. Miami goes, Jacksonville goes from 3 to 2. Miami goes from 4 to 3. That whole thing completely turns around pretty much.
That's just the bye week, though. I'm not worried.
Oh, well, yeah, 'cause all 4 of those teams are 9 and 3.
And also, Pittsburgh's eventually going to run into 1, maybe 2 teams that are going to fucking shit pump them offensively.
Yeah, but you want to know something? Cleveland is too.
I'm
Cleveland's
not
going to
worried.
fall out of it.
Cleveland's going to fall out. Cleveland's going to fall out. It's Pittsburgh where it gets tricky, and I'm not worried about that.
So yeah, all of the AFC division winners will be 9 and 3, and then in the NFC, Atlanta stays in the 4 seed. San Francisco drops to the 3 seed with the loss to Philadelphia. Detroit moves into the 2 spot at 9 and 3. And my God, if that matchup happened, wouldn't it be something?
Yeah.
Matt Stafford
what
had to
I'm
come to Ford
It's what I'm
Field.
rooting for. It could also set us up for maximal heartbreak, but the Lions actually match up, I think, very nicely against the Rams.
I believe so too. And Philadelphia moving to 11 and 1 stays with the first round bye. So some notable ones, obviously Buffalo out of it, sitting at 6 and 6. Denver out of it right now at 7 and 5, just right behind Indianapolis. We still have 3 AFC North teams involved after this week. Indy staying in at 7 and 5.
Hey, go to the next week. Just for shits and giggles.
I thought we were gonna do that anyways. Let's go. Week. Let's do them all real quick.
All right.
Okay, week 14. We have New England at Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh.
We have Tampa Bay at Atlanta.
Tampa.
Atlanta.
Oh boy, Atlanta
There we go. The Colts at the Bengals.
Colts,
We have Jacksonville at Cleveland.
Jacksonville,
We have Houston at the Jets. Houston.
Houston,
Thank you. Were you going to pick the Jets? We got the Rams at Baltimore.
Baltimore,
Lions at Bears.
Lions. Right now,
Lions.
that could change though.
Carolina at New Orleans.
New Orleans,
New Orleans.
Minnesota at Las Vegas.
I'm actually gonna go with Vegas.
I am too. I'm going to go Vegas in that game as well. Seattle at Frisco.
San Francisco,
Frisco.
The Bills at the Chiefs. For the record, I'm taking Buffalo.
Chiefs.
Chiefs.
Denver at Los Angeles Chargers.
Denver.
Denver.
Philadelphia at Dallas. I'm taking Dallas.
I'm taking Dallas as well.
Green Bay at the Giants.
Green Bay.
Green Bay.
You missed Danny DeVito talk the other day, by the way.
Yeah, you did. Tennessee at Miami.
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 Okay, so after that, the only thing that changed up here was Cleveland.
Denver's in.
Cleveland drops out. Denver moves in. And in the NFC, the Rams fall out with a loss to Baltimore, and Green Bay slides in with a win at the Giants.
3 fucking North.
3 of the garbage NFC
Wow.
North teams in the playoff.
Wow.
Minnesota, I got a feeling, is going to keep
Maybe
dropping
they're
out.
not as bad as we thought.
Go
they
to
were.
go to the next week. Go
Here
to
we
the next
go.
week.
Week 15.
Okay.
Chargers at Raiders.
Chargers.
Vikings at Bengals.
I'm going to go with the Bengals at home.
I think I am too. Oh,
Yeah.
you know what? No, I'm going to take Minnesota in this. So leave it up to
It's
him.
up to you.
No, I think Minnesota.
You know what? No, go Bengals. I'm
Okay.
switching. Pittsburgh at Indy.
I'm
Pittsburgh.
You just pick it. Just say what you want.
No, say what you want.
That's actually a tough one. I'm going to say the Colts reluctantly.
Okay.
I'm going to go Pittsburgh.
That's
I
fair.
think Pittsburgh.
That's fair.
Denver at Detroit.
Denver.
Denver.
I'm going to go Detroit, but God bless.
What the?
Jets at Dolphins.
Dolphins.
Go ahead, do it.
Dolphins.
Okay, thank you.
Texans.
Houston at Tennessee. Tampa Bay at Green Bay.
You guys didn't.
You
pick that.
someone did you were
Nobody
in the
else picked
Texans obviously?
Yeah, Houston.
Oh.
Houston.
Tampa at Green Bay. Both the Battle of the Bay.
Right now Green Bay.
I think I'm going to take Tampa.
Tampa.
Ooh.
Oh, the Giants at the Saints.
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 Atlanta at Carolina. Atlanta.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Carolina on that one for the record.
Bears at Browns.
Bears.
I'm gonna say Cleveland.
I'm going to say Cleveland as well.
Fair.
Kansas City at New England.
Kansas City.
Kansas City.
San Francisco.
Frisco at Arizona. We're going to take Frisco. Washington at the Rams.
The Rams.
Hold on.
Rams.
Oh, I didn't even get to make an argument. Dallas at Buffalo.
I'm going to go
Buffalo
Dallas.
in that.
I'm going to take Buffalo in that as well.
Oof.
I'm going to have Dallas beating Philadelphia and then losing to Buffalo. The Ravens at Jacksonville.
Baltimore.
I'm going to go Jacksonville.
I'm taking Baltimore.
Whatever. Philadelphia at Seattle.
Philly.
Philadelphia.
Okay. So now we have Cleveland moving back into it.
We didn't talk about the Lions getting flexed on a Saturday night primetime for that Broncos game.
Yes, they did get flexed into Saturday Night Football.
And I could change my opinions on a lot of these. We could do this next week, and
Yeah.
it'll look totally different. Right now, I'm taking the Broncos.
So now
over
we got
Lions.
Denver and Cleveland both in the mix over here. And Houston and Indy falling out at 8 and 6. Not even
Now
being
you have
in
Green
it.
Bay out.
Green Bay out, New Orleans in.
Let's wait for the full picture. Let's keep
All
going
right,
here.
keep
Let's
going.
keep going.
Week 16. New Orleans at the Rams. Big
Rams.
playoff implication.
Rams.
Rams.
Okay. Cincinnati at Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh.
Cincinnati.
Pittsburgh.
There's no way the Steelers are an 11-win fucking football.
They didn't fucking play anyone, and then they got a couple big enough division wins.
Yeah.
Bills at Chargers.
Bills.
Bills.
Cleveland at Houston.
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 Washington at the Jets.
Jets.
I'm going with the Jets.
Will Rodgers be back by then?
I hope so.
Yeah, this should be Christmas week, right? That's what he's targeting.
Seattle at Tennessee.
I'm gonna go with Seattle right now.
Seattle.
The Colts at the Falcons.
Colts, baby.
Colts.
Green Bay at Carolina.
Green Bay.
Green Bay. Were you gonna say Falcons?
Of course. Lions at Vikings.
Lions.
Lions.
Jacksonville at Tampa Bay.
That's actually tough, but I'm going to go with Jacksonville.
Jacksonville.
Just for the record, real quick here, if that game goes in the Falcons' favor, it changes a lot of shit.
Oh, I'm sure.
Arizona at Chicago.
Arizona.
Chicago.
Dallas at Miami.
Dallas.
I'm taking Miami.
I'm taking Dallas.
Oh, whoa.
The Pats at the Broncos.
Broncos.
The Raiders at Arrowhead.
Chiefs.
Arrowhead.
Eagles.
Giants, Eagles.
Eagles.
I'm going Giants.
What?
Eagles.
Baltimore at San Francisco. I'm taking San Francisco.
Oh,
I'm taking Baltimore.
Baltimore.
Oh, this comes down to me.
Oh, wow.
I think Baltimore's the better team. I think Baltimore's going to the Super Bowl. I like the Niners at home in that one.
Love it. Wow. So there's not much that changed other than the fact that loss gave Pittsburgh the division.
This is the change right here. Lions dropped to 3.
Lions swapped with Frisco. And
That's fine.
Baltimore's no longer winning the division.
That's fine. That's a good scenario right there for the Lions. That's out of all the teams that I think they match up best with, I think the Rams are the most
we have another week?
beatable playoff.
We have 2 more.
Should have 2, yeah.
Jets at Browns.
I'm going to say Jets.
I'm going to go Cleveland.
If Aaron Rodgers is back, I'm going Jets.
I'm going to say Jets.
I love how you keep saying this, like, if Aaron Rodgers is back. Detroit at Dallas.
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 Wow. Miami at Baltimore.
Baltimore.
Then it's Miami losing 2 in a row.
They've been shaky.
Yeah.
They've been shaky.
New England at Buffalo.
Buffalo.
Falcons at Bears. Atlanta.
Bears.
Are you fucking joking?
No.
Dude, Atlanta's bad.
No.
Vegas at the Colts.
Colts.
Carolina at Jacksonville.
Jacksonville.
Tennessee at Houston.
Houston.
Rams at the Giants.
Rams, baby. Give me Stafford at MetLife.
Cardinals, Eagles.
Eagles.
Saints, Bucks.
Wow.
I'm going to take
Buck.
Tampa.
What a banger.
Taking Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay. Frisco at Washington.
Niners.
San Francisco.
Okay.
Pittsburgh at Seattle. I'm going to take Seattle in this.
I'm going to take
Seattle.
Seattle too.
Baltimore at Kansas City.
Kansas City.
Chiefs.
We say the Chiefs in that one.
Wow, if Burrow was in that, that'd be
Oh
such
my
a
God,
fucking
I
great game.
Chargers at Denver.
Denver.
Broncos.
Green Bay at Minnesota.
I got to go with the Packers.
I'm going to go Vikings.
I'm going to go Vikings.
Skull, bitch.
Skull.
Go the last week before
Week
you pre-vote.
18, here we go. Let's do it. Seattle at Arizona.
Seattle.
Pittsburgh at Baltimore for the division.
Baltimore divisional game.
Hold on. Let's just see. If Pittsburgh wins that game, they win the division. If Baltimore wins that game, they win the division. Actually, if Baltimore wins that game, it drops Pittsburgh down to the 6th seed too. Wow, that's a big game.
We also gave Baltimore 2. You guys gave them a loss that I wouldn't have given them, so it might come down to this. That's if they choke. Baltimore has to choke. Like I think they're going to lose
What do
to
you
the
mean I gave
Niners.
him a loss?
There was another loss. There was another loss that we gave them outside of San Francisco, if I remember correctly.
I don't
didn't
care.
we?
Don't go back. Go back to where we were.
Oh,
Okay.
This man's got to sit in rush hour.
Tampa at Carolina.
Divisional game. I'm gonna go with Carolina.
Ugh.
Tampa.
It's not. It doesn't matter either
Tampa.
way. So.
Tampa. Yeah, it does because now Tampa just won the division.
And who had them? You had them.
I had them.
You had them.
I had them.
I think I have the
No,
Saints.
you had Carolina.
Yeah, we gave you the shit
You
team.
guys,
Carolina.
your guys'
You had
bullshit.
Atlanta,
Yeah,
I had
I've
New Orleans,
called
he
it
had
from the
Tampa.
beginning of the season that Tampa was winning the division. So
Yeah,
you
but
guys-
we assigned you the shit team. I was assigned the Saints. I didn't want the Saints.
There's no way. Okay, let's keep going. Cleveland at Cleveland at Cincinnati.
Cleveland.
Cincinnati. Last game of the year.
Either way.
Give me
fine.
Cleveland.
That's fine. You're fine either way.
Minnesota at Detroit.
Lions.
Lions. Chicago at Green Bay.
Green Bay.
I got a funny one for you. If the Packers are as bad as I think they might be,
Chicago.
yeah, I'm gonna go with Chicago. Yeah.
Chicago.
I think the Bears are going to be pissed from that Aaron Rodgers text that said, "Thanks for keeping the streak, the ownership alive from
True.
week 1."
Houston at Indy with massive implications.
Hard to pick against.
Houston wins, they're in.
I think it's hard to pick against the Colts at home on that.
Yeah.
I think it's hard to pick against Houston. The Colts are not an 11-win team with Gardner Minshew.
I'm taking Houston.
I'm taking Houston.
That's fair.
Houston's in, baby.
I want that to happen.
And
for
that
the
drops
record.
Pittsburgh to the 7th seed now.
Boo, Pittsburgh. Boo.
Kansas City.
Kansas City at the Chargers. I'm taking Kansas City as well. Denver at Las Vegas.
Denver.
Denver, a 12-win team. Buffalo at Miami. And
I'm going to go with the Dolphins.
it doesn't, hold on. Honestly, God, I want to see something. No, it doesn't matter. It's not going to matter for Buffalo.
Dolphins.
Okay.
Still be 10-7 and out of it. So we're going Dolphins there. Jets at New England.
Jets.
New England.
You know what? Give me
New England.
It's
Give me New
Belichick's
England.
last game.
Yep, I agree. At home, they're gonna fist pump Aaron Rodgers. Atlanta at New Orleans.
New Orleans.
See, Atlanta. If Atlanta wins that game, they win the division. Just saying. New Orleans is out of it.
That's fair. I just think Atlanta's fucking garbage.
Philadelphia at the Giants.
Giants.
Philly.
Giants. Last game of the year. Half those guys won't play.
True, Giants.
Philly.
Rams at Frisco.
I'm gonna take the Rams in this.
I'm going to take Frisco, and it won't matter either way.
Yeah, San
Nothing
Francisco.
Jacksonville at Tennessee?
Jacksonville.
Jacksonville.
Does this game mean something?
No.
Tennessee.
Oh, yes, it does. If Jacksonville loses, they fall to the 4 seed.
Jacksonville.
Jacksonville.
Dallas at Washington.
Dallas.
Okay. So the playoff picture would look as
There's some spicy matchups
there is
here.
some fucking spicy matchups. Hold on.
This is the ideal playoff picture. You get a couple
The
divisional
Rams
divisional games.
I'm sorry. The Seahawks would have to go play the 49ers for the third time.
Divisional game.
I wouldn't be worried about that.
Third time.
Divisional game.
Philly'd be on the bye.
Be the same thing if we played the
Seattle at Frisco. Los
Divisional
Angeles
game.
at Detroit.
Let's stop there. Stafford would have to come here and see what Ford Field was like for a home playoff game.
As a massive underdog.
The emotions would be so incredibly high. The people in this fucking town that supported Stafford 2 years ago ignorantly and wrongly.
Would rip his fucking
Where
face
would
off.
what would you be thinking that day? Oh, I wanted Stafford to win it for the city. Yeah,
was that?
if you're a
LA
true
Lions,
Lions
the
fan,
gay
The
fucking
Detroit
Rams.
Rams.
if you're a
Detroit
true
Rams, that
Lions
was
fan,
Bruce.
if you're a true Lions fan, you are an idiot.
Rams jersey to that game.
That
You
was
are an
Bruce.
idiot for supporting Stafford at all when we had draft picks on the line. You are an idiot.
I'd rather support
for
Kelly
supporting the guy
Stafford.
that didn't win shit in this town as Jared Goff. I think Goff would be fucking on fire for that game.
Listen to me.
That's a really
I'm
good
sorry.
opinion of yours.
I trust the playoff machine for the AFC. The AFC, I could see it panning out that way. I don't think there's a chance in hell that you're getting Los Angeles and Seattle in there. I don't think there's a. Los Angeles is so fucking god. Did we have them winning out besides the last game?
Their schedule's
You have
light.
them that bad, but you're
They're 5 and
high
6.
on
We have
Atlanta?
them.
Their schedule's
But you
light,
understand-
and they're
what
playing
do you mean?
good
I'm
ball.
that bad. Atlanta.
sucks.
Yes, but
Hold on,
Atlanta
hold
has
on.
to play.
If Atlanta gets
division.
in, it's going to be because they win the division. It's not going to be from the wild card.
Absolutely, that's
it's
what
not
I'm
gonna be
saying.
from the wild card.
There's the Rams cannot be a 9-win team. Now with Cleveland, Baltimore, Washington, and Frisco
Their
left to go.
schedule's so light, though.
Yeah, but they have to play Cleveland, Baltimore, Washington, New Orleans, and Frisco.
And Cleveland's
Baltimore.
That last
Those are-
game,
they have to play
four
Frisco,
playoffs.
Frisco might not play half their guys that last
Yeah, it's
game.
the end of the year. I for the record, I picked San Francisco in that game.
I'm going
did I.
to tell you teams right now we're going to have losses down the end of the stretch that you really wouldn't think. Kansas City,
No, they're not.
Philadelphia, just because they're not going to play.
We got
those
Philly
guys.
at 14-3.
They've already clinched.
No, they haven't.
What do you mean?
Right, it's Frisco's at 13-4. They're going to be this is the only game that matters. This is the only game that won't matter for them. Is this game.
Right here.
Correct. And same thing with Kansas City. Baltimore, we have them 13-4.
You don't think Frisco's
and
good with that
Jacksonville.
2 seed? They don't give a fuck. They'll play that 2 seed. Have to play fucking Seattle again? They would love
Listen to
that.
me. There's not a team in this league that's going to say, oh, yeah, you know what? We can rest everybody this week because we're going to take the 2 seed. Not going to happen. Especially if
I beg to differ there.
nobody did it last year.
Okay.
You think Frisco's going to say, you know what? We'll just give the Rams this game and give them a playoff spot.
Leon says he'd support Joe Biden before he'd support Matthew Stafford. Shout out to Leon.
Stanford.
That's
Matthew
my president.
Stanford. Matthew. Okay, so it is as
Stanford and Son.
so. Okay, let's pick this real quick. Dallas at Tampa.
Dallas.
Los Angeles at Detroit.
Lions.
Los Angeles.
Lions. Fuck off with that, dude. Seattle at Frisco.
Frisco.
Niners.
So now we would have
You might be able to pick them on there, can't you? No. There's I played with another player.
no, we can't.
You can pick
so
'em.
right now the NFC divisional round
Divisional round.
would look like Dallas at Philadelphia and Detroit
Right.
at San Francisco.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
The
Which is what I
AFC
thought it would be preseason, by the way.
Pittsburgh at Miami. I'm going to take Miami.
Yeah, Miami for sure.
Who's that?
Pittsburgh at Miami. Oh, wait a second.
No,
No,
not
it's
Denver and
we
Miami.
have it at Baltimore.
I
You
actually
gotta
like
switch it back.
Denver in that game.
Pick those games first in the AFC.
I like Denver in the rematch.
Wait a second. Mine got all fucked up here. I clicked out of it, so mine got all fucked up. Hold on. Seattle at Frisco, so it stayed that way. All right, AFC. Denver at Miami.
Miami. I think it's going to be a highly emotional game because of what happened in the regular
Correct.
season.
That's why I'm taking Denver.
But I still think Miami at home's hard to pick against in that one, and I think they're going to be
Sean
healthier.
Payton playoffs.
Sean Payton, he doesn't have the Superdome on his side, though.
You know
on this
what?
one.
You dogged Sean Payton for like the first 2 months of the year.
Are you fucking kidding me, dude? Are you kidding me?
You've been on the Sean Payton train for 2 weeks.
I am the only one that said that he was a decent coach, that he would turn that team around, and everybody fucking laughed at me. You told me he was a has-been.
He is.
Should we keep going?
He's a has-been,
They're
just
in the
like you.
fucking playoffs.
Anyways,
That's why you
Miami.
like him.
First year back, and they're in the playoffs.
Last play.
Anyways, Miami.
Miami.
Coach of the year.
Houston at Jacksonville.
You ready for this?
Jacksonville.
Houston.
Houston.
Jacksonville. Jacksonville already beat Houston.
So we went chalk on the right side, except for Dallas. I mean, really, it's chalk if you pick Dallas because Dallas is better than a lot of the teams on the right
We went
side.
all favorites on that.
Yeah. So
Jacksonville's more experienced.
there's always an upset, and then there's except for last year, there's always a team from Wild Card Weekend that eventually makes the Super Bowl. I'm not saying that's Houston, but I think Houston goes into Jacksonville. That's not an advantage. Duval's not an advantage, and I think that Houston's just going to be clicking at the right time. They're going to be hype when they get in, and they have a bad taste in their mouth from losing this last one. They shouldn't have lost it. There was bad officiating. There's a number of reasons why they lost. I think they're going to be on their game for that second one, and I think they would win it personally.
Pittsburgh
I don't
at
think none of it
Baltimore.
matters.
I also have the Colts getting in my scenario. I picked the Colts more than you guys did. I think the Colts get in over
Okay.
Houston, but if this is the case, I'm picking Houston. Pittsburgh at Baltimore. Baltimore embarrasses them too.
I agree. So now in the divisional round there, we would have Miami at Kansas City. Or no.
Houston
at Kansas City. And then it would be Miami at Baltimore. Pick it.
Baltimore and Kansas City.
Kansas City. I told you the roll goes through Kansas City, dude.
You think Houston would beat the Chiefs?
No, I think Miami would beat Baltimore.
I could see it.
I'm taking Miami, Kansas City AFC Championship game.
My preseason AFC Championship game was Baltimore and Miami. I don't know if you remember that.
I
or
do.
not.
I do. I'm going to go Miami, Kansas City. And then so on this side,
Any way you spin it, winner of that game wins the AFC.
yes. On this side, we have Detroit at Frisco.
San Francisco.
I'm going to take Frisco as well. Dallas at Philadelphia.
I think
I like Philly.
I'm not picking against the Eagles in fucking January.
Neither am I. So then we'd have you guys both pick Baltimore. So Baltimore, KC versus San Francisco, Philadelphia. There's no way it's going to be that predictable.
That was literally my prediction.
I know.
I mean, sub out KC for Miami.
Yeah.
But my preseason prediction, that was 3 out of the 4 teams right there. So I do think it's going to go. Remember, everything was
good to be-
chalk.
I still think the playoffs in the AFC go through Kansas City.
After divisional weekend, everything was chalk last year.
Yeah.
Every single thing.
So
Kansas City is prone to choking at home, though. They've done it before.
So now we'd have Baltimore at Arrowhead.
Baltimore. They have every single bit of thing that Kansas City has. Baltimore has it as well.
I agree with that. I'm going to go Baltimore. And then we have Frisco at Philly.
Philly.
So we have a Baltimore-Philadelphia Super Bowl.
I think Philly goes back, and this time Philly wins the Super Bowl.
Right now, I unfortunately agree with that.
I don't think Philadelphia makes it there.
I do.
You know what?
You see, you have the Niners over Philly, correct?
I do.
We'll get a good glimpse on that based on what it
I have
looks like when
Miami
they
over
play.
Baltimore, and I have the Niners over Philly.
I could see it.
Anyways, I think that's good, right? Anything to add? Anything to add?
We're
Get
good.
this playoff machine off here so people can see my face. You awake over there? Hello? Hello?
Hello. I just changed it.
Thank you.
The second you told me to.
Thank you. Anyways, yeah, here we go. We got a big weekend of football. I hope you guys all enjoy it.
Got some big college games. Got one tonight.
We're at
Huge one. Second best college
you
game of
missed
the
that
weekend
on
tonight.
Wednesday. We did all the college shit already.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we're at 2 hours.
I personally think tonight is a play-in game. I think the winner of Oregon-Washington gets in no matter what. I don't care what the committee says.
And I'm taking Washington tonight, by the way.
I'm taking Oregon.
I know Oregon, what is it, 9-point favorite?
9-point favorite. I'm taking Oregon.
Wow.
They should have won the first time.
let the record show I'm going with Bo Nix as well.
I'm taking Michael Penix. I think he's the best quarterback right now in college football.
Anything to add?
I just did.
Instagram and Twitter at TipBalls, TikTok at TipBalls Podcast. If you're listening to us on Spotify or Apple Music, check us out on YouTube. Remember to subscribe and ring the bell so you know when we go live. Thank you guys so much for listening. Enjoy a weekend full of great football, and you will hear from us on Monday. Leon, I will never give
What?
Bruce a break.
What's wrong?
Are you done?
You want to hit the outro? Yeah, I closed the laptop.